Hello, everybody, and welcome again to New Amsterdam. We are starting a new season, everybody. Get hype. So where we last left off, there was a big loose end to take care of. And that loose end was all of the loot. They killed the absolute fuck out of Lucan. He died like a bitch, just like he lived. And, well, he left behind a sizable amount of money. And all of the gangs who were involved in this, well, they're going to want a slice. So, let's start off. Lucky, you have walked out of there. And what's happening now is you're having things relayed to you by Scav, right? It is a fucking bidding war in there about like, no, I deserve this, no, I deserve this, no, I deserve this. What I want is every player who was at the combat, like every character that was at the combat, make me one, that's right, one skill check. Depending on the results of that skill check and the applicableness to the loot at the table, it will reveal values of this loot to know who's getting what and why.
Great. So I can roll street deal, right?
Street deal would be appropriate. That would help you with drugs and like straight up monetary value. Rowan.
Oh yeah, someone who's
Like
actually
that,
been
yeah.
at the combat. So
So, question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this just for the loot on that table?
Yes.
And Yassine's not gonna roll for any of that, unless
Really?
it's just like, unless it's just to determine who's like where it's going in general. Because
It's to determine the value of the things so that
oh,
people
the value.
Yeah, it's not to like steal things or anything.
Right.
Just take the cars.
I'll do it to like
Amy?
help determine value, but
Yes. Would you like to I recommend that instead of an awareness notice, you make a computer's roll of some kind?
Okay.
That might assist you a little bit better. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
I'm gonna do
So-
a med tech roll.
That is an excellent idea.
this is gonna be with a +8 to whatever I roll, so
Okay.
25.
25. Excellent. Do we have someone who wants to give me a weaponsmithing work? Might be a decent idea.
Rowan, I can already see your face.
Yeah, that's right. Suck it, Rowan. You're not a part of this combat. Bitch. All right,
So
weapon tech.
Scott's
made
bed
this
tech is
comment.
27, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is 27. We still haven't fixed it. Seasons have carried over, and we still haven't fixed character sheets. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. So
I still need to
let's
roll. And what do we need?
yes. Street deal would determine the worth of drugs and like street commodities.
Oh, it's determined what's okay. I can't really contribute to any of that stuff then.
Well, you've
I guess-
already done yours. You
you-
did driving.
Right, but I don't know how that would contribute. Other than maybe it's stuff I've delivered.
It's contributing because it's basically your role skill.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start updating the loot sheet with things that you guys would for sure know.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, street deal's fine.
You doing street deal?
Might
Not
as
bad, not bad. Let's see here. So that means that you guys are going to get that.
You didn't
And
put the
that-
computer on the list. Is that the tapes or?
The computer is not on the list. I have not actually factored to what that computer will be. Let's see. So let's see. Your awareness notice there. It's going to give you that information. That's not what I want to do. That's also not what I. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So you would. Sorry, give me just 1 second while I update these things. I am a big old silly. And I have them on things, I just have to copy paste them. Let's see. Let's see. I can do this. There we go. Now we're getting into the guns. This will take me half a second. Anything with the tilde in front of it is roughly this many eddies.
Well, let's see. We have to close it and reopen it to see any of it.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't finished yet. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, you're good.
Let's see here. And I know thrilling gameplay for those of you on Twitch. Let's see here.
And there's 24 1911s, the gun that won all the wars.
It won the Wild
Yeah.
West.
So the stuff that is in this loot list, is this stuff that we know of, or how is this working?
This is stuff that you know of.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do. This is the stuff this is everything. Anything that does not say what's in it, like for instance, the one tote, that is something that you're going to have to take concerted effort to like open. Like more effort than like people will just be like, if you're gonna take the time to open it, I'm just gonna claim it right now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Let's see.
I'm not against prying open a tote. I
Huh?
guess. I'm not against prying open a tote.
right?
Could be good, could be bad.
I mean,
feel
it
like it's-
basically serves as a mystery thing.
It's
It's a
mystery drop box.
The box.
Yeah.
The box.
I'm almost done here.
What is
Yeah,
behind
what
door
is-
number 3?
You rolled really well on your streak there. Let's see. So you'll definitely identify that immediately. So I have just updated things to consider. One, let's see here. All of the drugs are going to be worth varying amounts. Let me just do the thing where I just kind of give you a rough approximation. We're gonna say that this is worth about this much. This is gonna be worth about uh, the drugs I'm putting as worth about because they are just so variable in cost. So
I hate that I've read over the phrase Herr Wolfgangster's skull 3 times and thought nothing of it.
You know?
Yeah, I was wondering if I saw that first thing. I was like, huh.
How do
Skull
they
scene.
tell whose skull it is?
oh, Herr
Well,
Wolfgangster had
so-
gigantism.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And also, it's well known that he replaced his skull with a platinum skull.
Yes.
Oh,
So okay.
shit.
We've got because you guys have Herr Wolfgangster's actual flesh and bone skull. Well, only bone, but you guys have his actual skull in your bar. That was retrieved by another group of edge runners on a different mission to check out Herr Wolfgangster's spot. They found Herr Wolfgangster's platinum skull. You know that Herr Wolfgangster was buried with that.
Is this
Was.
the other group that you've got running at the same time as us?
Yes.
When do we get to fight them?
Wait, which group? Oh, no. They were not running with the Red Eye Gang. No. They were independent. They were actually running out of Tartarus, but not for the Dread Pirates.
No, I mean like actual players.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Fucking love this.
things to note. First things first, the fizz on the table. That's actually that bad fizz that was going around a long time ago. You had a mission that you could have sorted that out. You chose to not do that, which is fine. You guys chose whatever missions you wanted to choose, but that problem didn't go away. Turns out that the Red Eye Gang was distributing it. This shit is worthless. It makes people sick.
That's fine,
Um,
because as long as we know that, but others don't.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
Uh,
lucky.
The
I'm sorry, I
boxes,
don't think you understand our situation.
Money.
The boxes of parts are worth
Am I being a
10K
bitch?
of
I'm
vehicle
sorry.
upgrades. They're for generic upgrades. Those would be things like increasing your vehicle's top speed, armoring your vehicle. Nothing crazy like pop and smoke or anything like that. I'll work with you guys if you get those to figure out what they'd be appropriate for. Let's see here. The coolants, nobody has any idea in this room. You can easily tell no one in this room, none of the scalpers, none of you guys, no one knows how much these coolants are worth. All the weapons, you roughly know the amount of money the pile of weapons is worth. Except the bats, which you know for sure how much they're worth. The med kits are worth 500 eddies. Surgical kit is worth 400 eddies, and the 5 metal crates full of fake jewelry is worth about 5k eddies if you melted it down for all of the shit metals that they're made out of. Because yeah, Lucky, you take one look at this, you take your fingernails, scrape on it, and yeah, that shit's fake. So, what basically is going to happen? There are 5 factions, right, that are vying for this. There's you guys. There is 9 Streets. There's the River Rats. There is the Ren Sparrows and the Yakuza, who are all vying for this.
You're missing one.
Everybody, say what?
You're missing. The vices.
Oh yeah, and the Vices. Let's see. So
But we have one advantage, correct?
you're the first ones on the scene.
Exactly.
That
just
is your
wanna call
advantage.
in
So
the
you get to dole out what everything's worth. However, in walking to the building is a woman that you all recognize from the moot. It's that woman who was at the head of the Yakuza. She is surrounded by two other people, and she walks over to the table with the barrels and the box on it, and she points at it, and the head Yakuza essentially says, that is ours.
Hold on. What barrels are they pointing at? This list is pretty long.
Ancient,
Ancient
barrels,
barrels
in
in
the
small
small
box.
Yeah.
So I guess ancient doesn't just mean the 1950s.
Oh no,
I
it
will.
is
I will update
old.
things on the loot sheet so we don't accidentally update over each other. Is that all right, everybody?
It's fine with
Works
me.
for me.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
which
I'm
one
not
of
allowed
these
to
cars?
update. I'm only allowed to view.
Oh, I can make it so you can update that. Give me half a second. Yes.
Which one of these cars has the cyber control?
Two of them have cyber controls. That would be the pink car and the green car.
I would like the pink one. I would
Let's
like
see.
the
So hold on a second. Let me real quick edit this. Configure permissions. You are an owner there, Gunner, so you can edit it all you want.
So looking at these cars, I want to look at Lucky and be like, I want the pink one. Can I have the pink one, please?
Are we gonna say that Lucky's here for this?
Do you want to be here or no? We can
Yeah.
kind of slightly retcon the way we ended the episode.
Oh, I forgot you were.
Because Lucky
Lucky
honestly,
walked out.
yeah, Lucky honestly could have been like, fuck this, and like lit a cigarette and walked outside. Or not lit a cigarette, but you know what I mean. Like, fuck this, step outside, recompose herself, and walk back in if you wanted.
Yeah, that'll work better than trying to run through Scav because he'll get run over.
Okay.
Yeah, you should definitely be present. We're gonna get fucked if you're not here.
Okay.
So,
Box and barrel. I don't think it's worth fighting the Yakuza.
Yeah.
For either of that. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, no, makes sense.
Yeah, it's
Take
okay.
it.
Okay.
Let them have
Just
their
knowing
pick of
something
whatever.
might be hanging around outside. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go nuts.
So you want the pink car with cyber patrol,
Yes, please. Yes, please.
cyber control?
that is the. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just thinking here. Because whatever we take now, we're gonna have to give up later. Does that make sense?
Why would we have to give it up later?
No, not it, but we're gonna have to give something else up later.
Oh,
Because others
Oh,
are
I
gonna
see.
point and say, "Well, you took the car, we get this."
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Um,
mean, yeah.
If
Unless
everybody's
you
all right
started
with that.
putting stuff in the trunk.
If everybody's all right with that, I am.
That's fine. It's fine with me.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as
Oddly
enough, occasionally. Oddly enough, the only thing Connor wants is one of those rubber duckies.
Then you need to go get
Same.
it now.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
You don't
stuffed
want the-
duckies, but
You don't
yeah.
want the creative sniper ammo?
No, because when I
Oh.
get my gun fixed, it doesn't take that ammo.
Ah.
I
It
would
takes
also
20
like a
special
duck.
20 millimeter ammo.
Jesus.
I
So
would also like a duck. What are the tapes?
I'm sure we are not gonna have any issues getting ducks.
yes.
Okay.
Nor will you have issue getting the tapes.
Okay.
All of the tapes are labeled. The tapes and the tape player are all labeled. The tape player is labeled property of Lucan, and then all of the tapes are labeled with various phrases such as dog, fighting, Africa, theories.
So we're gonna claim immediately the tapes and the ducks, and I am not going to even consider that as something that. Well, you got the ducks, really?
Yeah.
We
No,
got
yeah.
the
Right.
ducks, really?
Okay.
And then on a personal level, I'd really like 2 of those Kevlar vests.
Does anybody else want something before
Whole lot.
Sorry,
Whole
sorry.
lot.
you
We're only
already
breaking it
want
up by
to?
whole lots.
Hey, Dr. Kid, you better pick out the drugs.
What drugs do you want?
Anything that makes somebody feel better?
I mean, if feeling better is getting high as
Cocaine?
fuck on meth or cocaine or getting fucked up on steroids, not fucked up, but getting raged out on steroids.
Hey. Yeah.
Well, maybe like 1 or 2 of them, just if somebody pisses me off and I fucking make
Again,
mine.
we're rocking these as whole lots.
Yes.
Just for balance sake, just so I don't have to split a whole bunch of random shit.
Cash, if you're getting the car, you got trunk space. Probably take the drugs with you.
That's fine. Throw them in the back.
Okay,
Which
so we
drugs?
are for sure giving you the car, which is in fact the pink one is the most expensive. It's the luxury sedan with cyber control.
Oh,
okay.
shit, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
But
Yes,
okay.
you did.
No, I didn't. I thought the yellow one was the luxury sedan.
No, the yellow one's the sports car without cyber control.
Okay.
Yes,
I
the
didn't
yellow
mean
one
to pick
is
the
the
most
sports
expensive.
car. The green one is the sports car with cyber. The way I figure it is the yellow one is like an old school Camaro or some shit, like pre-Fapurble, and then this is like a Fapurble car. All 4 of these cars
Looks like a fire chicken
are
of some sort.
yeah, some shit like that.
Spicy chicken.
Yes. So okay. So we've got Tapes Ducks luxury sedan.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I fucking didn't. I forgot that shit happens. My bad.
We're gonna say that those laptops and that computer, no one's gonna really care about them, but they're all pretty shit. They all seem like they were like totally on the fly shit. And Lucan's is like painfully behind the times.
Take it
Okay.
all.
Then
I
I'm
don't
not.
care.
I'll take it just to take it. But
Yeah.
Taking the information off of it, that's the most important
yes.
part.
Yeah, I think that's ideal. I'd like to shoot for.
Yeah. I'll just put that down on the list, even though it's not something to think about.
All right.
Load it in the back.
Like, all I want is the med
Load.
stuff.
Well, I was gonna say 10 med kits.
Scene, you getting a new
Yeah.
car?
Okay.
The med
Well,
kits and
I
the...
was gonna ask about the car I disabled, the APC.
Yeah, that's yours. That's we're gonna call that a standard sedan with armor plating.
Oh, damn! I thought it was like an APC I disabled.
that surgical kit, too.
Oh well, I can take apart the
You
armor.
thought it was an
plating
APC?
or something. No, that's right. I can take it apart and put the armor on my van. Eventually, when I come back.
Okay.
Or maybe that's something I'll do while I'm gone. Actually, that would make sense.
Poindexter keeps looking around. It's like, wow, this is like a big game of.
You need to grab all
Let's make a deal.
So
Yeah.
like people, you guys need to talk right now before other people show up.
Yep. Because I was about to say
Because Wolfgangster's skull, ours.
Wolfgangster Skull is yours. Okay.
I'm putting that down. Yep.
What
Uh,
would you
Big
want to do
money,
with
big
those
money,
gold
no
bars?
whammies. Briefcases in the tote. Cash, you got room in your back seat?
I got room.
As soon as you say that, the Mac walks in and goes, "Hey, good fucking job, nice. Oh, what's this? Gold on the table
He can take the
and
gold. I don't care.
briefcases." Say
We'll
what?
get the we'll get the briefcases. You take the gold.
How about this? And he kind of looks and goes, "Okay, I'll take gold. We'll take briefcases." Ren Sparrow.
You didn't put
Go
the
ahead.
Eddie value of the gold, but I'm just gonna look at it and say, even if we took it, it's gone.
Yeah. So let me see. Rats get
So
gold.
Mac showed up, hey?
Yes, the Mac showed up for sure.
I wave at him and sort of yell, "We need to do business a little later when you're free."
He goes, I saw how you did out there. You beat trench people from World War I scores. That shit ain't been beat in a while with bolt actions."
All right, but with the gold gone, we need to find a cash crop.
Let's see here.
Yeah, that's why
Boxes of
Pandex is
parts.
grabbing the briefcases and the tote. He's going for the mystery boxes.
Yeah.
Honestly, as long as there's room for me to drive, pack it in. Just pack.
Let's see
Oh,
here.
Lucky will put the skull on top of the parts. That is, no, that's ours.
So you're taking the parts as
We're
well?
probably to sell. That's 10K worth of parts. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. At this point, probably the Rin Sparrows and Nine Streets representation walk in, right? And Amani goes, looks like you're divvying things up without us. Kind of looks around and goes, let's not just, well, beat this all to death. How about we do this round robin style instead? And head of the Rinsker is like, yeah, I think that if it's everybody grab everything they can as fast as they can, that's a little shit by my estimation.
At this point, I mean, we've got several things claimed, which I
Oh,
think is probably our finder's fee. So at this point, I
Yeah.
think going round robin should be all right.
Yeah. Did you guys claim the tote or not? That's
I claim the tote.
okay. You claim the tote.
Here, I got you.
Okay. Yeah. So at this point, probably says probably the max says, "What? We draw for straws to see who goes first."
I think we do it in this order. She says, Ninth
Yep.
Streets, Ren Spare. Oh, wait. So the Scarlattis haven't shown up yet. Okay.
Oh shit! I forgot Scarlattis as well. Yeah, I forgot about them. That's
so
GM bad.
It's going to be 9th Street, Scarlattis, Ren Sparrow, then Yakuza, Rats, and then Dread Pirates.
Kind of like they all look around and go, seems fair enough to me. And for the Scarlattis, Bruce walks in.
That's fine. I have nothing
Um,
to say to Groose at the moment.
Yeah, I figured as much, Let's see. So rats are second to last, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting stuff already. 9 Streets are first.
Yep.
Okay. And then did you get vices in there? Because the vices representation
Shit.
also shows up. My bad.
Vices are going to go last, but in front of...
Front of the rats.
No, in front of Yakuza. So
Okay,
they're the last in order of people to show up. That is just because people who died.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so it's Scarlatti's, 9 Streets, Ren Sparrows, Vices, Yakuza, Rats.
Yeah.
And then you guys. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, at this point, Bruce kind of looks and he goes, fuck, what do I want? I think I'll take the synth coat. Let's see here. And then these
Synth Coke, Scarlattis. All right.
Yep.
Sorry, I've got 2 spreadsheets going at the moment.
Oh, you're good.
Go
I'm
ahead.
also doing all of this in a notepad separate from your guys' tabs, so I feel. Let's see. 9 Streets is going to pick up 9 Streets is gonna pick up the Uzis. Let's see. It's here.
Yakuza, Rats.
Now, here's a random question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are these IDF modernized Uzis?
They are classic style. They're 1980s.
Man, I can't
Yeah.
even show up through my work.
No. Let's see here. The Ren Sparrows are going to take the Fizz.
Hold on.
They look at that.
What did 9th Streets take?
9 Streets took the Uzis.
Uzis. Okay, hold on a sec. I just need to focus. Okay, there's
Ren Sparrows gonna like pull me like that is a lot of Fizz.
you don't want it,
Yeah.
it's bad.
kind of looks at you and goes,
It was a job of ours. Well, a job we ran into. It's poisoned. They've been distributing it ever since.
shit, good
Vices,
looking
you can
out.
confirm with the bad run of Fizz.
Vice is kind of the representative of the Vices, who's just a no name, kind of nods, just like, absolutely. Good catch.
Depending
Cat
on
goes,
who it was, I
"Shit."
was going to let him take it.
No, absolutely. Good call. Good. You built
Yeah.
a lot of trust with that one.
Yeah.
Probably looks and goes, well, you know, our people could always use some protection. We'll pull the Kevlar.
We'll get you
Let's
some
see.
Kevlar, Amy. No worries.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
for sure.
Let's see here. The Vices are going to go, we're going to eat this cost. We're going to take the Fizz off everyone's hands. We'll dispose of it safely, see what we can salvage. I think everyone can agree that we're the best equipped to do this, and gives like a hard look at the Mac.
Yeah. I was honestly about to suggest we take the bad Fizz. We weren't going to dispose of it. I was actually going to use it on some people that we didn't like,
shit.
but
Yeah. Excellent. So the Yakuza are going to look, and they're probably going to look up and down the boxes here, and I think they're probably going to take the grenades. Yeah,
Okay.
they'll take the grenades.
Who is that again?
River Rats.
Yakuza.
Oh, go ahead.
The Yakuza. Okay.
Yep, Yakuza.
Okay. Rats.
The River Rats. I think taking a look at this, figured we can use that twister. And then it goes back to you guys.
Paindex will elbow Lucky and nod towards the coolant. All the random stuff.
Is there any way we could take another look at this coolant?
Yeah, I'll allow one more look. I think medical is going to be the best.
Can we have someone like? Can I basically? I'm just gonna look at Trinix and nod to the coolants and just raise an eyebrow.
Meander over to it and be like, oh, wonderful.
Yeah, give me that medical roll. Nice. That's a 34 actually.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have bad news and good news. I'll give you the bad news first. You still don't know what this is, but I have good news in the sense that you kind of know what it's like. It seems to be so like whenever you've got people who do vat grown limbs, right? Or they break people down to make nutrient slurry to make vat grown limbs. This is really similar, but it's like all wrong. First of all, it's neon blue and it glows. And second of all, the tanks are completely unmarked. You usually can't get away from fucking branding on vat grown shit. Most places that do that take pride in it, and by that I mean usually it's EMED.
Okay.
Wait,
I'd be like,
like that grown
this
limbs?
is weird.
Yeah, like grow back limbs,
I think the
but
pirates
it's
will take
all
it.
wrong. So it might be for bio enhancements.
Like what Felix needs.
Basically, it looks like a back to tank to me.
A what?
Well, I mean, back to tank. Star Wars.
Oh,
Back
yeah.
I knew
is
exactly what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No,
looks
I
like
get
that
you
to
now.
me.
Okay,
Pirates will take it. We don't know what it is. We'll figure it out.
real
Yeah.
quick. When you mentioned Felix needs this, I immediately thought of when Deadpool was growing back his baby legs, and now I can't get it out of my brain.
Baby
God.
hand.
Baby hand.
Love that. Why did I give them 762? Those crates of 762 by 39, those are 556 million. That's my bad.
Hold on.
'Cause
762.
Yeah, those should be 556, and that's because
Where are you
they
looking?
had the ARs. The 5 crates.
Oh, there we go. It's
Yeah.
556.
Yeah, that's my bad. I think I thought that they had the AKs because AKs are like poor people guns, but then I was like, no, you
Right.
guys had AKs because AKs are reliable guns. So yeah. It goes back to the Scarlattis. Scarlattis are going to claim the
I want
9
to
mil.
say I've got 9 streets is going first. My bad.
Oh, that's right, 9 streets. My bad. So 9 streets. Actually, that changes. I think 9 streets will probably take the sports car with cyber control.
Ah,
Scarlattis are going to take the 9 mil. So let me delete those off of my sheet here.
Scarlatti's 9 mil.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh shit! I
Where on the
deleted
list is that?
the 9 mil.
Yeah.
It's the other 5 crates.
There we go.
Ren Sparrows are gonna kind of take a look around, and they're gonna look at the surgical kit. And they're gonna say that's a pretty good boon for us. So they're gonna take the surgical kit. Let's see here. Vices are going to the the Amphoplex.
Okay.
They're not super enamored with it, but the rest of this shit isn't exactly shit for them.
You said
You know what I
Vices.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Vices will take the Amphoplex. Let's see here. The Yakuza are going to grab the other sports car.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So
It was either the coolant tanks or the car, and
no, yeah, that's honestly not a bad call. The sports car is worth money, but like those coolant tanks represent mystery. Let's see here.
Grabbed random stuff, like I said.
Yep, river rats are gonna go. I think that we are best equipped to sell these assault rifles. Anybody in the market for M16A1s? And they're gonna take the ARs.
oh, they're the problem M16s.
Yeah, I don't want those
Uh-huh.
things.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck
he's
those
got-
things.
The
He's got a-
Vietnam era
Big
Like-
toothy grin.
M16. Yeah,
Yeah,
forget it.
no. I was gonna say the A2 platform is where they worked out most of the kinks. Also, they
Yeah.
stopped
Yes.
using them in a fucking jungle, but
Yeah.
Yeah, use it in a
smart move.
jungle. The gun that's afraid of moisture.
Yep. Next is you guys again.
Yep, I'm looking.
How do we feel about Uzis? Or are those already taken?
Those have been
Already
taken.
taken.
Okay.
There's 6
So looks like-
shotguns.
So it looks like we've got. Well, hey guys. How does birthday cards sound?
Take it. Do
Sounds
it.
like 5,400 eddies.
And other things besides. I don't think it would be appropriate for anybody else to take those.
Yeah. Stick it in the
Okay.
car.
Yep,
Excellent.
we'll take the. I think
We got the
I think
birthday
Lucky's
card.
gonna spend some time reading those later.
Yeah. Excellent.
Like checks from grandma that never got cashed, and then when you do cash them, you overdraw grandma by
This is
5,400 eddies.
Lucan, so I'm gonna say it was
It is-
4 people.
So
Because those were for people
you
aged
guys-
like 8 to.
No, they're from age 0, like age 1, like the day of their birthday, all the way up to the age of 18. Hand
Huh?
signed by Lucan, every
Ooh.
single one of them, with 100 eddies in each one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should take it.
Yeah, we will. I just,
Side
yeah.
note, you open one of them, Lucky, and it appears to have a personalized message.
Okay, I'll bite. What does this one say?
Oh, this one is just happy birthday, Ricardo. Like, keep working on that baseball pitch. You'll get out of here in no time. And then love Uncle Lucan.
Ew.
This is so confusing. I hate it.
This is so all
It
kinds of
sounds
creepy.
so wrong.
Yeah, and think, ladies and gentlemen, we grabbed his computers.
No, don't want to know. No.
No.
We don't want
I
to know
don't.
what kind of
But
videos are on those computers.
You know,
I
I'm
don't
really
either.
hoping those fuzzy duckies have something inside them.
I kind of think they might. I feel like a lot of the shit's a red herring because our GM is maniacal.
But
Or maybe I think you would think that they were red herrings, so I didn't make them red herrings.
I don't
either
know, I
way,
almost
we're
feel like
going
we
to
don't
be
give a
invaded
shit.
by
And in
hula
fact, they are
girl
fuzzy
like
ducks.
ducks.
Holy
In that
shit,
case,
that
my
was like
brain-
15 people talking at once.
My brain broke.
Either way, it's going to be we're Starfinder
But-
has the hula girls. We have
Uh-huh.
the ducks.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
At
Let's
least
see
they're
here.
soft and sweet.
Okay, but
Nine streets. Nine streets are going to take the 1911s. Let's see here.
I wish I had voice mod on just so that I could hit the duck button.
No. Let's see here. Scarlattis are going to take probably the Glocks. It's a lot of guns.
well, it fits the Scarlattis anyways.
It does, yeah. Small crime guns. Plus, they just got 9mm, which go in Glocks. So, let's see here. Ren Sparrows are going to take the knives. No, they're going to take the stun guns.
That
so,
actually feels appropriate for them.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Vices are going to take the stun batons. Again, feels pretty appropriate for them. Let's see here. The Yakuza. Yakuza are going to look at this. They're going to take the shotguns. They're kind of running out of really expensive things to grab, so they're just like, fuck it. Let's grab the shotguns. Those will be helpful. Let's see here. The River Rats are going to look at the fake jewelry, and he's going to look
Of course he is.
specifically, he's going to look at you, Lucky, and then he's going to hold up the one that you scratched off with your nail.
Mm-hmm.
And do you wear nail polish?
Yeah.
Is it black, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna look and go, good brand. And give you like the slimiest wink, and then he'll take this very obviously high quality and expensive jewelry. Let's see here.
God damn it, I knew they'd take some crap and hawk it for whatever.
That goes to you, Lucky.
How do we feel about Herr Wolfgangster's skull?
Already
Oh,
called.
Oh,
we
we
already
have
got
that
it.
already.
Oh, okay.
Now the thing is,
Yep.
I don't. It doesn't really matter if it's fake jewelry. Like, fake jewelry is still something people don't mind wearing. You got it for cheap. You know it's pretty fake.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. You can still show off. Like, look at this wonderful sapphire
So-
ring.
Yeah, what hasn't been taken?
I'll point out. I'll go down the list here. So we've got first 556 has not been taken. The oh god.
Knives.
All right, knives and the bats have not been taken.
And that's it.
That is it.
What
So
is 556?
556.
That's
5.56 millimeter. That's generally an M16 round.
it's in some light machine guns as well.
Yeah. Honestly, I look at
out
it
of
as
character.
what's up.
I was gonna say probably the ammo, but I can't find it on the list for some reason.
I can't see.
It's
Oh,
towards the
wait.
top.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
towards the top.
it's 556, not 7.62.
Yeah, that's my bad.
I changed
about that,
it. I
guys.
just haven't updated the sheet. yet.
Ammo is something that maybe we can sell. I don't know how much it's worth. I could find out because I literally just had a picture of it a while back.
Man, if only you guys
2,500
had some
rounds.
new
I mean,
guns.
what's that?
I was just being a shit poster. It's like, man, imagine having someone who new guns.
Yep. So the point is,
Um,
even if we don't sell it at that moment in time, we are attempting to set up a range. So that's something that
True.
can be useful.
The other stuff is so low, like it's not worth taking it to sell it for the money.
Yeah.
So might as well have the ammo. Just say we always have ammo for the range.
Or you have ammo for the range for about a week. 2,500 rounds doesn't go nearly as
True.
far as you'd think.
Oh, it's
No.
not.
Right.
It's not 2,500 per
How?
crate.
So
Yeah.
are these
Oh.
must be pretty small crates, huh?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
So
2,500 per
I
crate.
maybe you mean like containers, like the little metal carrying containers, because those
Yeah.
will hold 500 rounds apiece.
That's what I
was,
meant.
I
Yeah.
was just like,
Oh, okay.
crates? That's weird. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Yeah, none of us use knives here. They just get sold. At least with the ammo, we have the flexibility of selling or using. So we'll take that.
Right on. Which leaves 9 streets to take the knives, and of course the Scarlattis to then take the bats. Um,
Of course.
yeah. So all of that is now taken care of. Let me tell you at the end of the day how happy everyone is. Not necessarily for like any reason other than to kind of give you a score readout afterwards and kind of
Right.
inform what this does to your relationships. 9 Streets, they're pretty happy. They got a Fapurble sports car, which they can retrofit into something better. They got a fuck ton of Uzis and 1911s. That's exactly what they would want. Scarlatti's also pretty happy. Got a lot of drugs, got guns and ammo for them, and even some bats, which they're ambivalent about. Ren Sparrows are happy enough just to have participated, got their name out there, and did something good for the community. The Vices,
Probably not.
they know that they didn't play a really big role in this fight, so they're not like unhappy, but they're looking at this like, well, we could have made this was still a loss. You know what I mean? They're not upset. They're not like, fuck you, you owe us. But they're like, eh, you know. The Yakuza are deceptively happy. They seem very stone-faced as they often do in deals. However, you can tell
They grabbed
those
the most
barrels in
valuable
that
thing in the room.
box. Yeah, they got the well, not just the sports car, but yeah, the box and the barrels. Yeah, absolutely, that's the most valuable thing in the room. Matter of fact, does somebody want to give me an awareness notice as they're hauling this out?
Sure. Or, I mean, I suppose we all could, right?
Yeah,
I'm outside, so I mean, yeah, as I pull it past,
yeah.
glance.
Okay.
I can awareness notice.
Uh, Amy,
And
also you give me an awareness notice because you speak Japanese.
Okay. Sorry, I was
there you
writing out it. Oh, I was writing
Hey.
out an
Oh,
email
that looks
to a
familiar.
That's still really good.
How did we?
So,
Wait, okay, this is the exact fucking opposite of last night. I rolled 5 20s
Wait,
last night,
how-
and now
Right?
we've
Oh,
had
no.
3 people
Wait.
roll ones in
Why
like
do you-
6 rolls.
Why do
Oh
you
no,
have
did
a
you
10
jinx that?
plus 12?
Huh?
Amy's awareness notice.
I have a 12 in intelligence. I have a +2 in intelligence because I have mods.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. I got some
Um,
mods. And I have a 10 in my awareness notice because I built that bitch up because I knew
Yeah.
we'd need it.
Okay.
So, Computer King, you notice that there's a label, and maybe Paindexter points the label out to Amy, who he would definitely know that Cash speaks Japanese, right? Cash, it is an old dialect of Japanese, like an Edo period dialect of Japanese. But you notice the label on these barrels says sake.
Oh,
Oh.
it's very, very old.
It
Okay.
is
Very old, well fermented.
ancient
Mhm.
sake.
It's
Yeah.
vinegar at this
Ooh.
point.
Hey, it's the
Yeah.
status, not the drinkability.
Calm down.
Um,
That's fair.
so the Yakuza are really happy. The rats, oh, dude, happy as a plum. I mean, I swear,
They shouldn't have gotten
you
anything,
really,
but
yeah. I mean, they walked away with the gold, a bunch of meth, some ARs that they sold to shitpost, and then a bunch of jewelry that they're gonna sell way marked up, and they know they can do it. They're just gonna take tourists for a ride. In fact, I would argue, aside from you guys, the River Rats probably got away with way far and above the best deal.
the only
Uh,
reason I didn't fight with that gold is because I knew it was going to be a. Those briefcases, we'll see what's in them.
Yeah.
Lucky would like to pull aside Vice Representative.
Yeah, you pull him aside. It's some guy that you've met before.
Is it the guy
he-
that is it can it be the person that gave us the rundown of what they found earlier?
Oh, yeah, it's her then. Yeah, it's I believe her name was Bright. But yeah, you pull Bright aside and she's like like, what's up?
I understand this exactly wasn't. Look, if anyone got the short end of the stick, it was you, having to eat the cost of worthless fizz. I'd like to buy that fizz off you.
Kind of furrows her brow and goes, well, shit, if you want it, that's how much you want to buy it for. I don't really know exactly how much I would sell it for.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna spend the money I have before my 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 9K right now.
Oh, if you
And
offer her 9K, she's gonna be like, no, 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 I cannot take
no,
you
no,
for that
I
ride. Uh-huh.
I'm saying that's what I have right now because I haven't put in. Yeah. What she would say
So
is she'd say
mhm.
5K eddies.
She looks and goes, shit, give me 1K and we're good. I mean, each bottle of fizz typically goes for 5 eds. This amount of that doesn't even equal out to 5K eddies, even if it was good shit.
Fine, 1K. But the Vices need to know that I'm in their corner still.
Kind of looks and pauses for a second and goes, this is a nice gesture and all, but you know the vices can't be bought, right?
I'm not trying to.
Kind of nod, takes a second to like read your face and nods and all right, I'll pass that along. Thanks. Good looking out.
Let Zween know I still owe her.
Kind of nods and goes, absolutely, man. And might I say, fine work today. I think you did a good thing.
I think we all did a good thing, whether we wanted to or not, she says, glancing over at the rats.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Who, by the way, he's like calling in river rats who, for sure, um, for sure, is just grinning. And these guys, like, could have been a part of this fight. They were like right outside the block. They were not a part of this fight, but they're on the scene suspiciously quick. You know how it go.
Yeah. So,
Um, yeah.
just for everybody here's sake, I consider our debts to 9 Streets, the Scarlattis, the Yakuza, and the Vices. Well, so not the Vices. Hold on, put that back.
All debts are paid.
And
Fuck them all.
the rats, the debts are paid. The sparrows, I am going to say we help a little bit if they're in need. Probably because Julian is one of the few people in a position of power that isn't also a complete jerk off.
Good way to put it.
And the vices, just because, well, let's just put it this way: we're kind of in their territory, and
They're just gonna let you do that. Like,
you know, yeah. I'm not. So full disclosure, you said they were reading my face. Wasn't
yeah.
trying to buy them off.
No, I don't think you were.
Basically, one, I was giving them an opportunity to recoup some of their losses.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't feel so bad about the situation.
Oh yeah.
And it's cheaper. I mean, 1,000 eddies is probably quite a bit cheaper than they would have paid otherwise to dispose of it.
Yeah.
And now I have my bioweapon. I mean, what?
Yeah. So specifically, what she read off your face is like, it's good business sense. Like,
right.
All in all, she read this specifically as, this is good business sense. She's making good inroads and her head's in the right place. I don't give a fuck where her heart is. Like, you know what I mean? That's kind of what she was reading out of it.
Gotcha.
Plus, she's not someone in power. She just wanted to make sure that you weren't trying to pull any shifty shit. You know?
No.
Yeah, with all of that being done, before Marcine goes off to the wind, first of all, Scene, you are outside of the warehouse.
Yeah.
What is Scene doing right now?
Smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on their 5th cigarette or death stick.
Probably
death stick. Is this Star Wars?
Probably joining you pretty quickly is Serum. And he probably pops out. He grabs a cig from his own pack and he goes, "Fuck of a fight, right?"
Just kind of like glances over and then glances back up towards the sky.
Kind of looks over and goes, "Guess we're gonna get a pretty decent payday, right?"
There's a shrug from Scene. Just, well, hopefully everyone's happy.
He kind of looks, goes, "Happy. All right." Kind of Scene I know doesn't really give a shit if anyone's happy, so long as they get paid.
They'll look towards him and just oh man, actually it's Serum. We'll probably reach into their pocket and pull out the keys to the van and chuck them towards him.
He's catches them like in that like surprise, like it
Yeah.
bounces off his chest and into his hands. And he looks and goes like, "What? You want me to? No one's ever fucking drove your van before. Want me to what? Like take it back to the garage or something?"
Take care of it for a while. I'm gonna go see my family.
And he kind of stands there, like mouth agape for a little bit of just like, what? Wait, what? Like, you know what I mean?
Probably, yeah. Just kind of nod at him as they unsling the backpack that unfolds into a fucking motorcycle. Like,
Yeah.
still can't get over that that's a thing, but it is. So, yeah, and starts up the little motorcycle. It's like, I'll see you when I get back,
Yeah.
and we'll drive off. Probably go because it wouldn't make sense to just leave it there. Leave it there. Go pick up that like armored sedan,
Yeah.
hotwire that thing, and then drive that out of town. Just
Yeah.
without saying goodbye to anyone else, just other than Serum.
Yeah. And Serum, as you ride off, Serum just stands there like mouth open, catching fucking flies. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And
Is
actually,
it
Lucky. Oh, go ahead.
is it raining?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Of course, it's
Okay.
raining.
Bad day
that's
for
right.
rain.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And probably Lucky, you see Serum walk in like right after the bidding is done and talk to this lady. And he like looks fucking like he's seen a ghost. He just looks like he has no idea what's going on with like anything. And he's like got something in his hand that he's just kind of holding to his chest, like just kind of open.
One sec.
Gotta go check on Gunner.
He said one sec.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he kind of like walks in and stuff. Just like very, confused. And I suppose we will go to someone else while we wait.
I'm here.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's seen a fucking ghost, and he's looking right at you. He's like very just like he looks so confused and surprised. It's almost
Do
like
I
he's
know
been
what he
shot
has?
or something.
Do I know what he has in his hands?
Not at this distance, but you take 2 or 3 steps forward, and you can see it in his hand a lot more clearly. And like, does Scene have like a tchotchke on their keychain or something?
Yeah, it's probably it would yeah, it's actually going to be the symbol for the chippers.
Uh,
With
yeah,
like
so a
little
little saw
keychain.
blade.
Yeah.
So she
Yeah.
looks concerned for a moment until she steps closer and realizes what he has in his hand.
And he just
And
like looks at you. He doesn't say anything, but his face reads plain as fucking day. What the fuck do we do?
she looks back. She looks at him and goes, "Well, I'm assuming it's yours now, isn't it?"
His eyes widen even more, and before he can say anything, you feel a massive, like fucking hand just clap you on the shoulder, just like Lucky, Lucky, or no, Marcy, Marcy. What is going on? Listen, boss wants to talk to you. Big table wants to talk to you. Same with the fucking dirtbag over there with the dreadlocks. I don't give a fuck about the rats, but he's coming too. But you need a lift? Cause I still got space in my fucking Camaro. Maybe we could get it on the way, you kind of fucking like gives you just this just absolutely disgusting lecherous chuckle.
Does she need a ride?
She
Shoot him
looks
in the foot.
at Serum and says,
Shoot him in the head.
"It's your job to make sure everyone gets back home safe. I'll be there
He
when
looks
I can."
you didn't know his eyes could get even wider, but they do. And he goes, okay. Um, who's in charge? While you're gone until you get back.
At the moment, you.
And he just looks so like surprised and a little afraid, and he goes, okay. Kind of clears his throat and straightens his shoulders and goes, uh, hey, everyone, pack your shit up. We're going back. If you need a ride in the van, I'm driving.
She turns to Groose and says, "Lead on."
Yeah. So Bruce leads you out to his Camaro, right? Actually, you know what? He probably grabs the car that the Scarlatti's grabbed, right? Um, and he says, "Damn, Lucan really know how to fucking pick one, didn't he? Look at this shit. Fucking cool drink holders, fucking hydraulics in the back and the front, automated defense systems. This whole thing might as well suck me off while we're fucking driving." And he like turns the vehicle on and it like roars to life and he goes, "Ha, ha, ha. You ain't never been behind the wheel with me, have you?" And he fucking peels out. Shit driver. Terrible driver. You see the auto nav computer snaps on, like immediately, like stabilizing for his shit. And
Amy,
he
the face that you have on right now is
I'm sorry.
appropriate.
Okay,
No.
I didn't realize it was
It's quite
Seriously,
appropriate.
no. Groose is Groose. Yeah. So, Groose's full name is Gruciano Pelvatore.
Oh, that sounds like a mouthful.
he's a fucking asshole.
Sounds like a pimp.
Sounds like
Yeah.
a bone disease.
To be
He
fair,
is.
Sounds like a pimp's
when
porn disease.
when Mira asked me for the underboss's name, I decided to find the grossest, most disgusting name I could find.
I love it.
And here
I
we
fucking
are.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. When you drive away, I'm gonna fucking text you and be like, "Do you need a tail?"
Yeah.
Because
No,
I'm
she just texts
uncomfortable.
back. She texts back. Big table. You're fine. Go home.
You're gonna get a fucking one of those stupid smiley faces that's kind of drunk. You know, the one that's like,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
But no, Gruciano Pelvatore's claim to fame is he's got gorilla arms and has a nasty habit of turning people's heads backwards when they don't do what he wants.
literally
Wow.
turning their heads backwards, 180 degrees.
with his grill
He
arms.
sounds like he smells like pizza. Like just
No, he smells like
Beer.
old pizza and beer. Yeah, and beer.
like
He
a
smells
Pizza
like the
Hut.
pizza box.
Yeah,
He smells like a Chuck E. Cheese's after like a weird impromptu happy hour that it shouldn't have.
What
Oh
the
god.
fuck?
Oh god.
A
So much
happy
happy
Baby
hour
Order
at
Goat
is
Chuck E.
bad
healthy.
Cheese.
pizza.
Jesus.
Love it.
A condemned Chuck E. Cheese.
Abso-fucking-lutely. But no,
Ugh.
you take off down the road, and he fucking drives me and goes, you know, Marcy, you did a good fucking thing. Some pretty good fucking fine tactical acumen, if I do say so myself. I'm pretty happy with what you did here.
Mhm.
Fuck, I might even say I'm proud. Call me fatherly at this point.
Well, at the very least, you can say that a lot more of your boys got home than they would have otherwise.
We pretty much assumed anybody in that Lance of yours was going to end up 86th. At least I did. But no, the fact that only like, what, 4 or 5 of them did? I'm pretty impressed with that. Plus, I mean, none of those guys work with me. I sent them in the north flank with the Yakuza. That's a hard strategy to lose. Know how many we lost? Bupkis, Zip. They told us to hail back. Tried to do some show of force. Guess what? None of my guys got hit. Kinda, you know what they had? They had this fucking ninja samurai thing. Some kind of crazy shit like that. Fucking cutting through them left and right, hewing them down like they were fucking wheat for the fucking harvest. Chaff lying on the ground. Blood, I mean, of course.
I'm aware that I would be lying if I said that I didn't know anything about that.
Kind of goes, shit, you know about that fucking hardware? God damn, he's Yak. Not a big fan of them moving into town personally, just to let you know. But, you know, thing I like about the Yakuza is they like to cut people in whenever they decide to do a little takeover. One of them, we'd rather do illegal situations, so fuck if I know what the boss is doing, but, shit hits south and the boss says we gotta go with the flow. You know for a fact I'm gonna get, you know for a fact I'm getting paid while I'm going with the flow. I suggest you do too. Kind of gives you like a, he gives you a look that's a lot less like his normal dickish kind of sneering look, and almost feels sincere, like he's giving you good advice.
No, I mean, no. Here's the thing. Even a broken clock shoots out a diamond once in a year.
Oh
That's a
my god.
Cruciano Palvatore special right there. Shitting out a diamond once in a year. It's mainly because he eats way too much fiber.
No, I'm
Too
gonna
many
fucking
chips.
say that to my Land King tomorrow.
God.
So, it is good advice, and she would say that honestly makes 2 of us. It's, well, let's just say I have a feeling they're not going to stop at Plantage, Linnaeus, and Bigelmer.
Yeah, if I had to guess, they're gonna try and tame those untamed wilds, and then, well,
I'd like to see them
I know.
try.
Yeah, exactly. I know they're fighting with sticks, rocks, mud, and shit, but it's been a while since I've seen sticks, rocks, mud, and shit lose in those neighborhoods.
Especially the shit.
Kind of grins and goes, fucking A. And probably about this time, I mean, he's taking you like full fucking speed. At this point, he doesn't even have the hands on the wheels. He's got a big fucking stogie that's stinking up the fucking car. The car's like auto drive is going, you know. And you guys, he puts his hand on the wheel and he flicks off auto drive and pulls the worst drift stop you've ever seen, where he hits a fucking bollard with the back right corner panel, like a boom, boom,
Jesus.
boom. He's like, it'll buff right out. Tell anyone when that happened, I'll kill you. And he pops your door open from the driver's side. Goes, you gotta go up there. You're gonna go to the 5th floor. When you go to the 5th floor, you're gonna go to the first door on the right, and you're gonna say, I'm here to set the table. They'll open the door for you. You'll see the big boys. And hey, Lucky, I give you a
Yes.
lot of shit, but good luck in there. If you don't keep your head together, the Big table, they'll fucking eat you alive, aye?
For once, Bruce, I think today you've earned a little bit of respect from me.
Kinda grins and goes, what, that's not every fucking day?
Well, I'm not around you every day, thankfully.
He kind of goes, yeah, that makes two of us. And he probably ushers you out of the car, like, go on, I gotta drive this thing off to a garage.
Yeah, no. For those not in the know, Amy, this was always this way. It's
Okay.
never not been this way between Bruce and Lucky.
Bruce is a dick.
This is
He
actually
often yells at Luck. This is very amicable for
this
them.
is actually very amicable.
Yeah, no, usually
I
Bruce
thought-
is telling Lucky off and calling her a fucking bitch. Yeah,
then-
no, Bruce is a shithead.
Yep.
No. It's my job. I'm just
Once
kidding,
upon
I
a
would
time,
never.
Lucky said she hoped that he ripped himself off with those gorilla arms of his.
Oh, fucking living for it. Let's fucking
So-
go.
At this building, this is a building this is just such an average build, right? You may have seen it, you may have not. You have no idea. But it's a mega building, right? And you have your instructions. So I'm assuming you follow those to the T.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get up to the door and you knock and you hear through the speaker, it's the password.
I'm here to set the table.
Boom, 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 as 3 sets of locks undo. The door opens and you see a man dressed in a suit. He looks set to a fucking watch. You know the type. Fucking killer. But he's not a pro killer in the sense that he's a corpo killer. But you think that he could probably take one of those operatives on. You know what I mean? He could probably take on a fucking cop, a fucking regulator.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of
Uh,
ushers you in.
Yeah, she's still got the grenade launcher over her shoulder, but other than that, her gun is back to a cane.
He looks at the grenade launcher and says, "Gonna need to take that, and I'll take it on good faith that you're not going to use that." And he points at the cane.
Yeah.
He fucking knows.
Oh, I know.
It's
he
the big
knows.
table's job to know everything in this town.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, she unslings the grenade launcher, hands it to him, and says, "Just as long as I get it back loaded."
Kind of nods and goes, "Wouldn't dare."
That ammunition, out of character, that ammunition is worth more than him.
I don't know. He's worth a lot.
To somebody, not me.
That's fair. So yeah. You walk into this room that they usher you in. You're kind of sitting amongst some couches. The room is filled with smoke, cigarette smoke, all that stuff. You see 4 figures. You see Valencia first and foremost. You see someone that you know of named Chaim Fetterman. He is the head of Dimokshpi. You see Gogol Novikov, who is the head of Bonda, and you see Jurian Leitner, who is the never seen in public, but you only can assume it's him because of the cost of his suit being so absorbent yet so subtle that it's like looking at a fucking work of art. He's also, gene modded to the fucking ears. They're all sitting, kind of talking, laughing, smoking, drinking.
Can we go back over those names real fast? Because I just realized I didn't actually have Dimokshpi on my list.
Yeah, I'm actually going to copy and paste these names. So for Dimokshpi, there is Chaim Fetterman.
Okay.
For Bonda, there is Gogol Novikov, also known as the Wolf.
For
And
who again?
then
My bad.
for
For
Bonda. Yeah.
Yes.
And then for the Leitners, there is Jurian Leitner. let's see here. Yeah, you guys kind of are all, or they all kind of are laughing, smoking, drinking. And, probably whenever you walk in, Valencia looks back and goes, "Ah, Marcine, please come in. This is my protege, Marcine Andretti. She has done a phenomenal job. Please, Marcine, have a seat."
Of course she does.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you are acquainted very quickly with everyone. They are all very polite, very friendly, like, yeah, like, hey, like, hello, and hi, and like, go, nice to meet you. Like, fucking Jurian Leitner gives you the most handshake you've ever had. I don't know what that means exactly, but you can take whatever assumption
Yeah.
you want. Okay.
Yeah, she's as much as someone who just got out of a war zone can be, I'm using that in a term of. So she's probably not exactly the most cheerful at the moment, but
Yeah.
she's doing her best to go through all of the things, hitting all of the pleasantries that have been drilled into her for a long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And probably it starts off with Valencia going, "All right, so we're waiting for," and then probably walking in the door, big stogie in hand, probably a box of stogies actually, comes in the
The
Mac, and
Mac, yeah.
he goes,
Unfortunately, Connor.
"Hey, what's going on? Go, you old son of a bitch! It's been 3 weeks. Where the fuck is my money from our pool match?" And he kind of stands up, and Gogol is not nearly as big as the Mac. Like the Mac is fucking like he towers. You know what I mean? He's a massive man. Um, Gogol is much more live. He's got kind of a very shrewd face. He's an older guy. He's got visible cyberwear, and he's wearing a very nice purple suit with a golden tie and a black shirt, right? And he goes, "Artyom, oh shit, you son!" And they start conversing in Russian or Ukrainian or whatever language, some Slavic language. You're not quite sure. It might be a mix of both, and they're fucking, and like probably, Artyom kind of hands him the cigars and smells one. He goes, "Havana!" Like tosses him on the table. And while he turns around to grab him on the table, Artyom actually kind of grabs him in like a half, like a rear naked, and fucking, they start like wrestling around and shit. And like, Valencia has the most polite, I really hate this smile going on. Meanwhile, Chaim just
Oh,
kind of like has this like, Jesus, well, not
see, now,
Jesus,
if
but
Lucky can read anyone in this room, it is Valencia. And
oh,
so it's.
Valencia is so upset that like she's like, we need to get this ship moving, you know. And
She doesn't want to
meanwhile,
be in here with commoners.
yeah, and Jurian doesn't really give up a lot. Out of everyone in this room, he's the hardest to read for sure. His face is set so in stone. You know what I mean? He's just got this nice, placid, non-offensive, neutral smile at all times, And yeah, probably they wrestle around for a little bit, and finally Valencia stands up and, boys, you're not school kids anymore. And the Mac kind of stands up after, because they've wrestled onto the floor at this point. The Mac like stands up and goes, "That's right, this wolf is no puppy anymore. Hell, he's getting gray hairs." And he goes, "Watch it, boy. I could still kick your ass any day of the week. You fucking," like, and they start like battling words back and forth in this fucking Slavic language. And Valencia's like, "Gentlemen, please." Kind of, the wolf looks over at Artyom, and at the Mac, and the Mac kind of looks back, and they kind of share a "we weren't supposed to do that" kind of chuckle. And then they sit down. And at this point, probably, it ends up becoming a sort of thing of, Valencia goes, "Now, something very big and memorable in New Amsterdam politics has happened today. And we have two primary parties to thank for this. On the logistical side," and she kind of winces as she says that, "we have Artyom here, the man. if you will. And he goes, yeah, the Mac works fine. He goes, and on the other side, we have Marcine Andretti here. She was boots on the ground and rallied most of the physical requirements for this job, along with most of the planning. And you know, they all kind of like look at both of you and kind of nod. And she says, I'm going to allow Hein here to explain why you are both here. And Hein kind of stands up. He's an older gentleman, right? You'd have to guess he's in his 80s, maybe his 90s. Um,
Oh, okay.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a
yeah.
second, I confused him with Leitner's, and I'm like, why would he choose to look old? And then I realized,
Oh
oh,
no.
Dimachspiel, never mind.
Yeah, yeah. He kind of stands up and he says, it is with great pleasure that, or, no, he wouldn't start with that. He'd probably say, as you both probably know, with dealings and also with, well, many other local situations that currently there is a group, a dragon, that has entered our town. I believe that they wish to wrest a hoard of gold to sit upon. I, for one, am not partial to the idea of outsiders claiming the political field, so it is said, and lobbying to be on the big table when they've been here for, well, not even, not even 2 months, 3 months.
He's talking about the Yakuza specifically, yeah.
Yeah,
The
kind
dragon,
of said,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. And he probably says, at the current moment, the strongest factions that we have in this city that are worth any spit of salt.
Wait, are the Vices not here? I thought they were Big Table.
Nope, vices aren't big table.
Huh.
Yeah, they only control one neighborhood.
9 Streets are not.
Nope.
In my mind, the Vices should be on this table.
Oh, they're not though.
Oh, I know.
The vices are much more ragtag than these folk.
Street Wardens, no thanks.
Yeah.
But continue.
Yeah, he says, currently the most adequate of I need to the most adequate of members locally that hold the most, well, power or apparent power would be the river rats and the dread pirates. At least the ones that we would like to deal with here on this big table. Currently, the Yakuza has openly courted or opposed, or maybe not so openly courted or opposed, both of them. We, as the big table, would like to formally rebuff these overtures on your behalf. We are not interested in people who are not locals gaining any further power here. We already have too much of a problem up to the north.
I love
And
how the guy who runs Dimachspiel is talking about outsiders.
uh-huh.
Let's just
Oh
talk
yeah.
about that irony for a sec.
Uh-huh. Probably says the main problems we have right now are the north and the parks. If I had to assume, well, and Jurian says, you know what they say about assume. Here's the issue. Currently, the street wardens are under the thumb of the Yakuza. We all know this. We heard them proudly declare it at your moot, though some of us weren't there, and some of us were there in spirit, but all of us heard it. First of all, the Big Table is planning soon to formally denounce the street wardens, and that the street wardens are not going to be seen as, well, they're going to be considered persona non grata around the city. We would like to first ask that you sell them no services, provide them no goods, and do no jobs for them.
What are you
Alongside
going to
that,
do about the robot? She says in an almost bored tone.
and probably at this point, the wolf is like, fucking robot. Yeah, you've got a fucking robot. Well, we've got people who have tanks. We just have to convince them to be friends with us for a little bit longer.
If I could interject for a short moment. It was not
All
that long. Go ahead.
all eyes are on you, and Valencia looks very anxious the second you say that. But no one interrupts you.
I, for one, do not disagree with your stance on the Yakuza. However, I must bring to the table's attention the fact that not that long ago, my crew was embroiled in a high-stakes job involving one entity known as the Operator. This Operator possessed abilities that borderline impossible. Something so incredibly over-equipped for every situation possible that it could have come nowhere other than Artis with millions of eddies worth of funding. This operator currently has its head sitting in my bar. The only reason that is possible is because of that robot that is currently under control of the Yakuza. I mean,
Did
she's
we
it,
actually?
it
Did
so
we actually know it was Suya?
no, I don't. I
Okay,
don't.
I wasn't sure if we knew
We
even
don't.
about the robot because like I know
Yeah,
she was like up
well,
on the
we
rooftop.
know
Okay.
the robot exists because it kicked
Okay,
the
cool.
She
shit
saved
out of
your
the
ass,
operator.
Yeah. Okay,
Basically, what
cool,
she's
cool.
saying is, I understand that you think, oh, robot, whatever, and she's saying, look, this thing, yeah. So this robot is the only reason my crew is alive today, and that an unstoppable monstrosity is no longer walking the streets. If you would
Do you
like
want?
no
Okay.
other evidence, if you would like more evidence, I point you to the fact that this one, I imagine it is closer to a cyborg, wandered the streets of Linnaeus by itself for weeks before the assault, and suffering seemingly minimal or no damage, and holding an entire flank by itself as Gruciano Pelvatori, the underboss of the Scarlattis, was so nice to point out.
Kind of says, Chaim kind of looks and goes, well, we can only deal with problems we have in front of us. We're not looking for open war, but proxy war is much more favorable in our territory.
Unfortunately, I have a feeling the proxies you're referring to are in this room, and as such, I have to remind you that the morale of my people would take a major hit if it were discovered by them that I was leading them back into conflict with something like that, or something backed by that. I will honor the request of no dealing with the Yakuza. However, beyond that, I'm afraid we will have to ask for assistance in that matter.
Kind of get a bit of a pause, and Heim probably not Heim. Jurian probably goes, well, Lucky, I don't believe you have much of a choice. Whether you want it or not, a war with the Yakuza is inevitable. We're not going to deal with it right now. We're simply telling you that A, the big table recognizes both of your esteemed accomplishments for this city, and that it also is warning you ahead of time and asking you politely that you consider the future will come, whether you close your eyes to it or not. Probably the wolf goes, what he's trying to say is, if you don't want to fight the Yakuza, don't do it. If the Yakuza is going to fight you,
Did you have something to finish that with?
no,
Oh,
that was
okay.
kind of a sentence, yeah.
Okay. And she goes, yes, and I am humbled and honored to be in front of such esteemed guests. But to be in front of such esteemed hosts. As a matter of fact, I believe there is at least one person in this room that can attest to, well, goals that a younger me had involving the big table. But that being said, all I am merely saying is my eyes are open to the future. And recognize that, although formidable, we, she says, motioning to herself and the Mac, would not be able to handle this by ourselves. And are asking the table to think about the future with us.
Probably the Mac goes, whatever you people want to say is to fight, I'll fight it. Because again, locals help locals. Same time though, Yakuza buys lots of guns from us. If you want us to cut that downstream, I'm going to need a contract moving forward. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to keep my oh, how was it that Jorian, you put it one time in my bar, not thinking that I would be listening my my hordes of unwashed masses. I won't be able to keep them together if I don't have the edge to do it. So, let me tell you what my side of bargain is. I'll follow your stupid little orders. I'll deal with it all. And at the end of the day, you are going to be esteemed River Rats Plus card owners. Let's start with something on the order of, say, 2 million eddies worth of goods. We ship, sell you at 75% as opposed to full markup. And, Jurian, I want you to sign contract. And immediately the room looks like everyone in the room is like, what the fuck did he just say?
Balls
This
of
is
solid
like
brass.
this is like all right. This is literally walking into like let's say fucking salt negotiation in the fucking 70s and
Yeah.
just hey, so we're not going to stop this, and as a matter of fact, you can't keep us from selling this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you first option to buy. You just need to pay me in nuclear missiles.
Yeah. No, and basically everyone looks, and then the wolf looks and goes, oh, what my young friend here is trying to say
I'm not helping him there.
is that that there are certain wheels of capital that need to be greased. Not always been like this, but the way that the city's temperature works, a job. Why not a job? One for each of them. Or better yet, one for both of them at the same time. Or together. See if they prove their salt, prove their metal, work on special considerations. Nothing having to do with Yakuza yet. It seems like good business. And probably Chaim speaks up for the first time since he gave his little intro speech. He's a pretty quiet guy, you know. He's like, oh, I think that we're probably going to need to do something about it. Tell you what, I'll give you a bit of a job to do between the two of you.
Lucky just raises an eyebrow above her sunglasses.
There is a place that you know across the Amsterdam in which a group called United Front works.
The neo Nazis.
And he kind of nods and says, the neo-Nazis.
Hmm.
I want you to deal with them. This is an open contract. Whatever you figure out, creative, not creative, I'm not saying kill them all. That would be a ridiculous goal to have you do. But it seems fairly low stake, especially for someone who made their trade so long, sniping into Canal Belt South from different neighborhoods.
And of
Maybe
course,
your rifle reaches across the Amsterdam.
she says, my rifle reaches into space if need be.
Oh, that gives Chaim. He gets a big smile on his face and says, and you, for someone with so many people, I figure 3 of yours for 1 of them? Good numbers. He says, bullshit. 1 of mine for 3 of theirs. How's that one sound? He goes, back that bluster up, young man. And we'll see if there's a contract lying in wait for you for 2 million eddies worth of for 2 million eddies worth of goods. Full price. As for you, and kind of looks back at you, Lucky. I'm interested to see what you do moving forward. You have a interesting relationship with us anyway. And at this point, Valencia kind of goes, thank you. I believe that that will be well enough for the explanation of this job. And probably at this point, the wolf goes, so now we drink on it, correct? Come on, everybody.
Since
Come.
we're giving sales pitches still, she said, since we're giving sales pitches, she says, like,
Yeah.
full turning to look at the Mac. Like,
Yeah.
really, dude.
Yeah.
I would like to offer the big table first chance at what is going to be a new business in town. The Dread Pirates are opening their contract lists to organizations within the city. What this means is that we would be open edge runners for hire in a structured capacity, something this city, as far as I know, has never seen.
Oh, and you're getting nods around the table immediately. Matter of fact, Valencia looks a little bit surprised, but she kind of gives you a nod of like, oh, okay.
This will, of course, rates are a case by case basis. That being said, the only contracts we will not take are those against the table. That is, between table members, between minor members to the table members, or those, well, that I decide to give my veto for. Other than that, the world is, she says, my customers' oysters.
Yeah, at
Now,
this
what
point,
was that about a drink?
Oh yes.
Yeah, and without even saying anything else, because everyone just kind of looks at that and goes, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Probably the wolf, good old Gogol, pours a shot glass for each of you and for everybody and kind of pushes it forward and goes, to health, well, to killing Nazis.
Hmm.
Na zdrowie.
Nostrovia.
and yeah, everyone throws it back. And Valencia goes, "Well, now that meeting time is over, I would like a word with Marcine, if you don't mind." Probably at this point, probably the wolf goes, don't be such a bitch. It's Marcine, or it's Lucky. She's earned the name Lucky. She goes, right, with Lucky. Kind of looks at you and kind of looks towards the door,
Oh, without a word.
like a balcony door.
Yeah, without a word, she would move there and wait for her.
Yeah. So you guys head out, and on this balcony, um, she kind of has a drink. She actually brings out a really dry whiskey for you and one for her.
Oh.
Kind of hands it to you and goes, "You did good work. Excellent job."
Yeah, actually, Lucky would reply in Italian and say,
Uh-huh. Oh, they'll talk in Italian. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, and your men as well."
He says, "I appreciate you taking good care of my men. They they're an important resource, and more than that, I know all of their families. I'm gonna have to speak to 4 of their families."
If you wouldn't mind, I think I would like to have that burden.
Yeah, she kind of nods. And correct what I said, it's 8 actually.
Yeah, it's 8 families.
But yeah, she kind of nods and says, probably some Italian phrase that translates to like, "It's your funeral," you know, and like takes a big sip. And she goes, "You've become quite the mover and shaker. Honestly, I'd say I'm proud."
I learned from the best.
She kind of smiles and goes, "No, you didn't. You learned from Sam. Better than best."
Sam. You know, even with the funeral, it doesn't feel like it's over, does it?
Looks at you and gives you kind of slightly strange look and goes, "Yeah, it doesn't, does it?"
I didn't mention this in front of the table, but of course, it goes without saying. Your jobs take precedence.
Kind of nods, kind of takes a drink and goes, "Excellent. Is there a reason for that?"
The longer I've spent away from the family, the more I've realized just how important that was. Not just for me, but I think for the city. And I want to give back to the house that, well, built me.
Kind of pauses and swishes a little bit of whiskey through her mouth before she, swallows it and goes, "There's a chance that you're going to end up on the big table one of these days. When that day happens, there's no preferential treatment.
Well, of course not.
And the sooner you begin to listen to that, the sooner you might end up on this big table. Because if you and I happen to be friends when this happens, then the number of people on the big table will remain 4. But I can't tell you how it'll shake out."
Valencia, I. The longer I look at this city, the more I realize that nearly everyone here wants the whole thing. That's not what I want. What do you think?
Pauses for a second and goes, I think you haven't realized it yet.
Realized?
That once you get that close to wanting the whole city, or that close to having the whole city, you'll want it too. It happens to all of us, and you're on the trajectory for it. I never wanted the whole city. Not until my husband died. And she like shoots her drink back and like drains it. Then all of these men and women lining up, pledging undying loyalty for the family, for me, the head of the family. At that moment, I realized I could have it all. I still want it all. Every last person in that room wants it all. Every last person in this city who has a chance at it all wants it all. The only thing that you'll have to realize, Lucky, is that the definition of having it all isn't the same for everybody. Having every edge runner in town respect you, and being the one who calls the shots on every edge running job that happens out here, that's having it all too. It's not about territory. It's about power. Always has been. Oldest vice in the entirety of the world.
At this, Lucky takes off her ring and kind of hands it to Valencia and says, "Do you recognize this ring?"
She kind of looks at it and she goes, "This was Sam's."
It was. What do you think Sam would say to what you believe?
I think that Sam would have pretended to not want what he wanted. Of course, his world was a little bit different than our world.
How so?
His kind of pauses and goes, takes a deep breath and kind of puts her hands on the railing. And at this point, she lights up a cigarette. And she takes like 30 seconds before she says this. You know what I mean? She fucking ho-hums it all over. And she goes, his world was a person.
A person, you say?
Well, two people. Roughly.
So you're going to have to back up for a sec, because at this point, Sam is no longer really my creation. It's an amalgamation between something you and I have made. And I'm trying to remember what I remember
Well,
about
his world would
that.
be as two people, his lover and his child. I think that's
Yeah.
what she's saying.
Ding, ding,
So,
ding.
but the reason I'm asking that is because
Uh-huh.
Sam never had Sam never told Lucky about a kid, did? Or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend or anything like that?
Yeah. And she probably at this point, she like sees the visible confusion and looks back at the sky after taking another puff and goes, Lucky, Sam was your father.
Wait. Hold on. What? Wait.
Sam was your father.
Jerry,
No,
Jerry.
Hold on. This is out of character. What?
Wait, you didn't make this connection? Oh my god!
That's
And the rest
hilarious.
of us made
This is
connection.
great!
Probably at
You
this
are
point.
the father.
Yeah, probably at this point. She goes, and Sam, well,
How could wait? Who gave you permission to take my old character and make this
Uh-huh.
character? No.
You
She
get
kind of
used
takes
to
on
it.
that puff. Yeah, you get used to it, so says Scott.
Yeah, that should have been your
Yeah.
big tip off. Like,
No, you.
And probably at this point goes, when Sam and I were young, Sam did things to protect me and to protect you. He was one of the closest members of the family. There was a reason I insisted you go to his funeral. And there was a reason I insisted you were the one to try and find him. And she probably pats you on the shoulder and says, at this point, there's more than a few things that you probably have floating around your head question-wise, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't have many more answers myself. All you have to know is this. Sam was a good man, and Sam cared deeply for both of us. That doesn't mean that he was right at all times, but that does mean something.
Sorry, internal error.
Does not compute.
Yeah.
Um. All right, I'm just gonna have to learn to live with it. Uh, that makes some things make sense. How does my mother tie in with all of this? As far as I knew, they didn't know each other.
They
They were
did.
adopted.
Your grandparents made it through that. They didn't want her getting caught up in, I believe that your mother called it mafia food. And Sam respected it. And then one day, you worked your way up through the mafia hooey, and I tasked Sam into making sure that you didn't die. Because if you died, your grandparents would have probably died as well. Not in a sense that they would get shot, but I don't think they could live with it. That or they would have killed me. She takes another puff with like a wry smile.
My grandfather, I don't think I could see him hurting anyone, much less a fly.
You'd be surprised.
My grandmother, on the other hand,
You wouldn't be surprised.
no.
Shit.
She a bitch, like grade A.
Yeah.
Bitch.
She
And
doesn't
probably,
even make her own casseroles. Anyways.
Yeah. Don't you ever say that to her face or she will slap you. Probably at this point, she probably
Yeah.
goes, Lucky. Marcine. There's a lot of history that you have with this gang, but I am going to tell you one thing. And she kind of turns to you and she locks eyes with you. She goes, the best thing that you can do for yourself with this gang is to distance yourself as far as physically possible. Once you have your own operation, maybe you'll end up on the table and we can be friends under auspice. But for right now, if they catch even a whiff of favoritism, trust me, the Mac isn't ending up on the big table. The Mac's head is ending on the big table. The wolf doesn't want it to happen, but the wolf doesn't often get what he wants. I can tell you one thing for certain. I will not idly stand by while the table kills you. And that doesn't mean I'll be protecting you. I have my own responsibilities. And you as well. We are family, but we cannot be friends. And she leans back, takes another big puff of her cigarette.
Well, feels like this conversation is done.
He takes the ring that you gave her of Sam's and hands it back to you and says, I suppose it is. Have a good night. Lucky. She walks in and says, gentle. Sorry, what?
She would just, as she turns, ciao.
Looks back and cocks an eyebrow and goes, ciao. Turns around and with this big plastered on smile, gentlemen, I heard that there was drinking and whoring. Please consider me for the first and not the second. As she like walks in. And I think we'll leave Lucky there on the balcony.
Yeah, because. All right.
And we are going to cut back to the crew writ large. Now, crew writ large. You guys get back to the bar just fine, and we are going to skip forward a whole 2 months worth of pay. Now, everybody, I want to remind you for your 2 months worth of pay, for those of you applicable, which actually I think I just need Computer King and Brian to send me this. For your 2 months pay, you can either choose to work for yourself, freelance, and get full pay, or get 3/4 pay for working for the club specifically. If you guys just want to message me how you split that up, or whether you just take full or just work for the club, that's totally fine. Just get me that so I can know what my budget is. But over the course of these roughly 2 months worth of pay, okay, gotcha. Roughly for the course of these 2 months worth of pay, you guys have been doing all sorts of shit, right? I love both our solos. So anyway, as you guys kind of are doing this, the club has been growing, right? The club now has an armory downstairs. Through shrewd application of money, the club is also currently financially solvent, not making money, but not losing money either. Month to month, it's iffy. Contract supplement. You've also noticed one more thing in the club. The memorial room has been turned into an actual room, and it has been drawing edge runners from across the town. People will walk in, put either a personal effect from somebody they knew or a name, how they died, whatever. They'll put it there, and they'll leave it. This is, by and far, one of the most respected places in town already. Somehow, everyone just bands together. It doesn't matter who they are, edge runner, ganger, even corpo or cop. People will go in, they'll put names of people who they've lost, and they're there. This bar is filling with edge runners. The goal that Lucky has stated is following through. Edge runners are coming through left and right. Lucky is making buckets of ducats as she directs groups of edge runners to this job or that job. Now, my first question, Cash, what have you been doing on this break? On this yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, over the past 2 months, I've been working for Tartarus, but I have also been putting a lot of what I've been making back into Tartarus, specifically in the runner's room, in the server room, and I am currently building up a new dev. All of these little orphan side programs, not programs, these side spaces of the dev that don't that are getting in underneath the radar of like the main info dev that's currently being I am attempting to reach out. I'm networking the fuck out of this place, and
Yeah.
I'm bringing those people in, and we are building the fucking Pirate Bay.
All right. Now, Amy, I want you to mark something as a resource on your character sheet. I
Okay.
want you to mark you have 5 undeclared contacts. These are specifically contacts on the info dev. Anytime you need to do something on the info dev that's somewhat specialized, like I need a guy who can track people down. I need a guy who can siphon money. I need a guy who can get me things off the dev, this, that, or the other. You can just say,
Mhm.
I want to declare one of my 5. We'll put a
Okay.
name to it, and that'll just be an NPC that you are friendly with until you fuck them over.
Of course. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Sure.
yeah.
Totally. And
Hey,
at this,
Oh,
let's not do that like right away, please.
oh,
Fuck people over.
oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah, yeah.
no. I thought you meant like the Pirate Bay. I was like, I can
Oh.
take it back.
No. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a what's his face joke, but I forgot his name from the Cyberpunk universe.
Johnny?
Blackhand?
Oh, Morgan Blackhand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Or are
no.
you talking about Raish Bartmoss? Because he was known to fuck people over.
Raish.
That guy.
Let's-
That fucking
Raish.
guy.
Because
Yeah,
someday
good old
you might
Raish.
someday you might end up in a fridge in a landfill outside of town.
Yeah, that's Raish. That's Bartmoss.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Bart
So
Moss's quote.
Continue.
Yeah, and I will have at some point contacted you gave me her name. Hold on.
Magane Utwale.
Magane Utwale and
Yep.
let her know what has happened. Like I
Yeah.
want to do that. That would be one of the first with the Lucian job.
Yeah.
Because I'm healed, I'm better, I'm healthy. I kind of got fucked up. And I explained all of that to her, and like this is why it took a while, and I'm very long. But
Yes.
here's what's happened with your husband. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
know.
and she takes the news strikingly well. She does not take it as happy. You can tell she is deeply saddened by the confirmation that her husband is dead, but she has kind of assumed that this was the story. You know what
Right.
I mean? She
Yeah.
knew he had his fingers in a lot of pies. However, one thing that she mentions to you, you can add her as a contact in whatever notes you keep as well. She currently has taken over all of his untampered trusts that have not been taken down by the Habsburg Corporation.
Nice.
Simply because he had a lot of shit side businesses. They came down hard on his finances. But she took
Yeah.
over all of his other portfolios and is doing strikingly well for herself. And if you ever need a job that involves detective work or other such works, that is hit her up. You know,
Got it.
essentially, she's like, if you ever want to work corpo, hit me up. I might have work for you.
Oh, okay. Got it. And I appreciate it tremendously. And I'm like, I don't know if that's a jam I'm gonna roll, but I like the I'm
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah,
I do appreciate that.
absolutely. No, that's a good contact to have. Is a woman who does not hate you in the corporate world. Typically,
Yes.
pretty decent combo.
Totally.
Has to fight their way up tooth and nail, and also does not hate.
I love that. I'm here
Yeah.
for it. And then tell me how the Pirate Bay is going so far.
The Pirate Bay is small currently. It's kind of like Tartarus. There's a lot of buzz, but not a lot of power behind it yet. You know some pretty powerful people. Nobody owes nobody nothing yet, though. It's very
Right.
squaresy.
Right.
Very much most of the transactions that are going on were going on outside of the info dev or in the like clear net of the info dev, you know. You are kind of expediting some of that, but it's not something that's profitable yet. It will be eventually. But like the
Right.
community is currently still in its like it's only been like real time, it's only been about a month, right? Because you guys had like
Right.
3 days left in the month you were in, and then I gave you a month off, right? I do have another
Right.
question for you, Amy.
Yes.
So Cash got that special skin shit to replace her skin, right?
Yeah.
Where is her seam on that?
Oh, where's the seam?
Yeah.
I don't maybe that's a great question. I don't know. That's a
Just
weird question. I don't have
right
a good
down the
answer.
spine like a a skin suit.
That actually that's great. Yes, right
Okay.
down the line like
Yeah.
it's a fucking
It-
skits.
It lines up with your chipware as well, too, because it goes right up to the area where you have your chip in the back of your neck, and then
You can
okay.
also get those light tattoos. You can cover it up with
I
light tattoos.
I have some, so maybe I've also incorporated those in a way.
Ooh, I like
I
that.
was all,
Yeah, that's cool as
yeah,
fuck. Hell yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of what Cash has been up to over this month, right?
Yeah, one other thing I want
Okay,
to do. It might
absolutely.
well, there's a couple things, but this one in particular regarding Lucky. As this starts to build, I do want to visit Lucky.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna catch her on a day where I know she's gonna be in her office and she seems like she's been in a
She's-
pretty good mood.
She's busy counting her money. I mean, what?
That's fair.
me.
Count all your money. I love it. So I'll pop over
Ahoy, me
and
cash
knock
ball.
on her. I'll knock on her office door.
Yeah, no. It's yeah. Come in.
Okay. Hi. You busy counting your money? You busy?
She kind of turns and looks and says, "If I had money, do you think I'd be here?"
Right. So stupid. Such a stupid question. So listen.
I'm joking, Cash. What's up?
I know. So the Pirate Bay is doing pretty well, and I've got a couple of too. And I think it's probably going to grow exponentially in the next couple of months. And I think we're going to have a pretty decent haul of net runners behind us pretty soon. And I was wondering if you wanted to throw the full might of Tartarus behind it so that I could leverage your name, and in exchange, I'd like to become a senior partner of Tartarus.
Ooh.
Damn, the bartering.
I love it.
So let me lay this out of character for you.
Okay,
This is not necessarily as attractive as it may seem.
I understand. Currently, I understand.
Because, well, so even in the future, because what do you think the dev's going to do when they find out there's just another dev?
That's kind of why I want to throw the full might of Tartarus behind it, so that when the
I
devs
can't
like they come to
protect this.
Colin.
The problem with that is the Dutchmen aren't going to protect us against. Well, let's see. Who do the dev have in their pocket? White Wolf or Op?
The dev have their own guys, but they also have the city.
Yeah, all the Dutchmen can't protect us against that. So that being said,
No.
it probably one sec. Sorry, it would probably not to put her. I don't think she'd want to put her name on it because that's a link to here. Does that make sense?
Yes. I guess maybe I'm not asking for Tartarus to put their name on it so much as I'm asking for the resources that Tartarus has. I mean, if we have to do it without Tartarus, we will, but I feel like
When you say resources, what do you mean?
just any I don't know. Whatever resources you have that
Well, because
you
you've got the
can
servers
Like maybe
already.
link in the Edge Runner network.
Yeah. Which would be cool, which would be really cool. And, there's also the option of eventually we outgrow Tartarus totally by accident, and then Cash is sitting at the big table with you, and you missed the opportunity.
Jesus.
So the joke's on you because
Wow,
as
there's no
long as
ambition
I
there.
control Lucky, she will never be on the big table.
Does that mean that I'll be your boss one day?
Ooh.
You think she?
No.
That's
Hold on, can I answer that for you, Gunner?
Sure.
Fuck no.
I know.
So
But I mean,
have to-
realistically, like, Cash has goals. And,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to be a part of these goals, but if Tartarus is not going to be a part of these goals in any capacity, then thank you for the shell to grow my empire. We will eventually find another place to continue to grow our empire.
So the
Good
the
God.
question for me out of character is, how soon do you need an answer?
I don't need one right away. I wouldn't expect Lucky to give me one right away. I would
she's
expect
not
Lucky
going to
to
give
think
you
about
one
it.
right away because you would basically be taking Deltric's share, and that's like a sore subject right now.
I got that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I also would not expect Lucky to be dismissive of her either, because
No.
this is a legitimate, like,
Yeah, she's definitely
hey, let's
it's
do this thing.
because raise your hand if you think Lucky likes control.
My hand is firmly raised.
You're giving an opportunity for her to, in a way, be in control of this.
Partnership more than anything.
When I said in a way, because let's be honest, if shit goes bad and she goes, no, this is no, the game has changed. We need to find a different place for this. Like, yeah, no. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, what happens on like day to day stuff, like no, all of that's you. The only
Yeah.
like control with it she'd want is, hey, we can't keep this in our basement anymore because it's literally a giant honey pot for all of the Winnie the Poohs out of blood and honey to come find us.
I know that the Chinese
Right.
president was in New Amsterdam.
Shit. Oh shit.
All right, so we're banned in China if we
We're
weren't
banned
already.
in China.
I'm
If-
sorry.
Go. Go. No, I
Yep.
love it.
Yep. Okay.
But
No. But
no,
I was actually making a reference to the new Winnie the Pooh movie coming out.
oh shit.
Oh.
Have you guys seen
haven't
the
even-
advertisements for that?
Yes,
Winnie the
yes.
Pooh looks
What the
fucking
fuck?
creepy.
It's a horror
always
film.
look creepy
Yeah, it
at
is a horror
first. Oh,
film.
God.
Blood and honey.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for it. I haven't seen anything. Well,
But yeah,
what
so
in character,
Yeah.
what would Lucky like say to this?
she would go, I can see all of the asterisks involved here. Can I have some time to think about this?
Yeah, take all the time you need. I don't expect anything from you right now. It's just something to think about. Because I know that we will continue to grow, and I know that this is going to be bigger than probably me, definitely me. I'm gonna need
Excuse me.
somebody behind it. That's not just me.
Well, of course. Having full disclosure, you are not the first person to reach out about the open major share.
That's fine. It just
And-
was thought.
Of course, I am just letting you know that you are not the only person that is on the table for this. And anybody else that
Okay.
feels like reaching out, because I've already gotten a couple of offers from people, you should probably tell me if that's something you're interested in doing, because I don't think Lucky is interested in adding another share in. Scene's not here to say otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's basically
Scene's-
Deltrix. Either at some point we're going to split Deltrix share into minor shares again, junior shares, for the more people that come in, or at some point someone will have to give up their junior share to take a major share.
I mean, I'm willing to give up a junior share to take a major share.
I know
but,
that
you know,
that's a tough sacrifice to give up a junior share for a major share.
Well, that means there's a junior share
so hard.
open.
Yeah.
And also, nobody has a junior and a major share to bargain with.
True.
I mean, if someone has a junior and a major share, does that mean they have more shares?
Technically, yes. They technically have currently it's 1/8 of a share. plus a share, so it'd be 1 1/8, which
Yeah.
still wouldn't match the amount of shares Lucky has, but
So moving
Run
on.
the clinic. I don't care. Just saying. I just run the clinic when
And
I'm there.
the other thing that avoids is the minor shares all have to vote as a block.
yes.
So whatever that major shareholder is, if they can get everyone on their side with their minor block, then we're at a 2-2, and there's
Yeah.
no impasse again. We'd have to call Scene and say, "Hey, fuck you, give me your tiebreaker."
God.
But
I mean,
anyway,
Love that.
so yeah, you'll she will think on it. Yes,
Okay, that's cool.
That's a bold move from Cash.
that's a bold
It
move,
is.
Cotton.
Yeah.
I've had time. I've had time to
Yeah.
think about this.
I
So,
like that. I
And
like
you
that.
want to be more invested in Tartarus.
Yeah, I
yeah.
very much like that as well. Yeah. No, that's fucking cool. I'm glad that we're like lining up with the idea of like, yes, Tartarus is like the center post of this tent. Because I've put a lot of work into Tartarus, and we're going to continue to put a lot of work into Tartarus. As long as you guys want to. But yeah. Next, I think, we've got Connor. Connor, you have had some time in between during this month. What has Connor been up to?
For the last 2 months?
Well, it's actually more like a month and 3 days, but yeah.
Yeah, well, roughly. He's taken some independent jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, I did some like security work in the independent city of New Delhi and
Yeah.
like United Emirate of Dubai. He did like an assassination attempt on
Sure.
a corpo. Did another corpo assassination attempt probably in Germany.
Yeah.
And yeah, got his gun fixed and picked up another new toy. And probably updated a little bit of his cyberware.
Nice. Nice. I like that. Yeah, and one other thing you might be forgetting is the so two things. One, the thing about getting your gun fixed, you have, for the weirdest reason, for the life of you, not been able to find someone who will fix it. They look at it and they go, you just need to buy a new gun. You know it's fixable, but people just look at it and go, you just need to buy it.
You just need someone who's
Yeah.
really good at weapons.
Yeah, I'll probably hunt down someone that's really good with weapons.
Emphasis on hunt.
Well,
fix
headhunt.
me gun or I shoot
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it was a headhunt. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that's
The
what they
other
call it
thing
now.
is you and Payne Dexter did in fact have that opportunity to talk to those two yuppies.
Oh,
They
God.
did pay you the
Yes, they did.
6,400. That is 6,400 total. Split that however you want.
Right down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably what's going on right now is you're back in New Amsterdam, right? And you do have a bit of a page, right? It's a page that's been sitting for a while. It's from your old employer when you made an angel run. They want to hire you again, but that job went real tits up. It's a miracle you got the halo back to Earth. You know what I mean? But they want to hire you again. They're saying it's a contract that'll be it'll take place a few months from now. They still have an ETA. They've got a floating contract, and they want to know if you're interested.
Giving any indication on pay.
They are indicating. So the last one you took, it was a decent sum of eds. It popped a little bit over like half a mil, right? This one, they're saying that if you can get a team together, they're willing to pay 2 mil.
So at the end of the day, less money.
But,
Potentially. Depending on how big your team is.
and you can tell these guys are in a bit of dire straits because they're having you assemble your own team. But they are saying you're getting free transpo up and down, and you're getting space appropriate armaments if none are available for each of your members, because those are hard to find. It.
Yeah, as he's reading this, he pulls out a smaller gun case from underneath his bed and pulls out, "Oh, baby, we get to play with you again."
Uh,
Oh
So-
no.
you send a tentative affirmative.
Yes.
Right. Excellent.
We're going to the
this is-
one place that capitalism hasn't reached.
I'm not corrupted by capitalism.
Space.
Which is funny because that's completely wrong in this setting. Capitalism has certainly reached space.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Payne Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
Been about a month and 3 days. What's Payne been up to?
In a world where mostly robotic freaks are ruining the city, and then it cuts to Lucky saying, "Oh yeah, that batch of fizz is bad. It's not good anymore. One man leads a team in order to destroy the menace. Coming to the brain dance near you, it's Siege on New Human."
Oh, I love it. So
Oh,
you've just been
right.
cutting BD shit?
Yes.
I
Oh.
love this so much.
Oh, I love that. That's so fucking cool. And you know, you've been cutting BD shit. You've probably been working with Cash's wife a lot. You know,
Yeah.
you've been working with Trixie a lot. You know,
She's not my
and
wife.
not. Oh yeah,
My
ex
wife.
girlfriend. My bad.
Yeah.
But no. Basically, you guys have been working together. You know, and as you've been doing that, you've been getting some good cuts. You've got that pay job or that pay from those 2 yuppies. You very much get the sense that their project is A, not going to leave the ground, and B, that the older guy knows it and he's just biding his time until he gets his paycheck and is going to leave. But you get a strange letter. Not letter. Yeah, letter, an actual letter one day that comes to the bar addressed to you. And Pierre goes, Monsieur Pendexter, that is a letter for you.
Wait, you're talking about paper?
Yes, it appears to be actual paper. Very rare commodity. He kind of hands you the letter.
He'll open it up and read it.
You look at the letter, and the letter has the sign of the Illuminati on it. And it says, "Meet me at this alley, midnight tonight."
Somewhere Sin
How
is
can I-
like just
How can I
fuming.
resist that?
Right? So okay, so you have this moment, right? With going to this alley. You go to this alley, and it's in a real shitty part of town. It's actually in the northern part of Canal Belt South, probably right between the border of Centrum and Canal Belt South, which is currently under reconstruction. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it's a very impoverished area. You go there, and you see standing under a streetlight with his back turned to you is a figure in a leather coat with jeans and one of those Indiana Jones type hats, and says, "Did you come alone?"
I think so.
Says, "Good." He turns around, and you swear to God, this guy looks exactly like famous Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
Oh
no.
God, no!
Really?
He's famous
you're-
in this timeline. God
you're-
damn it!
Are
He
you?
did.
I thought we
Hey,
were a better
at,
timeline.
at the very least, is National Treasure still a movie?
Oh, he's dressed in National Treasure attire.
Okay, at the very least, we have that. Anyway,
Yeah. But yeah, what do you say?
You are? Are you? Are
And
you
he
him?
goes, I'm one of them. There's a lot of us. And he like
Uh,
starts approaching you.
menacingly.
Now, I want you to make me a what would that be? Streetwise? Yeah, make me a streetwise. Okay, you know exactly what this is. There are groups of people who get gene modification to look exactly like famous people. They're called poser gangs, right? This guy is not famous Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage. But he does look exactly like him and must have paid a decent amount of money to do so. And
I hate
he
this.
a turd by any other name.
yeah, and he
No, it's a
approaches.
face-off.
Ah,
Yes.
God, that's so good.
That
He
was-
approaches you
I'm,
and he
I'm
says,
shutting down stream. Anyway,
yeah, he says, so I've seen your work. You're very good at what you do. You're a man who knows how to get things done. I'm able to pay handsomely, as are my compatriots, the Cage crew. We're willing to help.
Oh my god.
okay, now I'm moving us to the end scene. Good night, everybody.
He says, we've got a job.
Dexter, call me on my agent. I'll come and kill him for you. Free of charge.
And he says, we've got a job. A very important job. There's a girl. She's gone missing. Daughter of one of my friends. We have to hunt her down. And we need someone who knows their way around some iron. Do you think you're that man?
Come on, movie quote, movie quote, movie quote.
Damn it! I haven't been looking up movie quotes tonight.
Here's looking at you,
Hey,
Cage.
do like a National Treasure 2 quote, like the bad one quote. I say that like the first National Treasure was good, but continue.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's good. I love it. It doesn't mean it's good.
Doesn't mean it's good.
Name me something that Nick Cage is in that's unironically good that has been out for like...
Unironically
There was the one
good,
where he got the
sorry.
cage with the bees on his head.
That is not unironically good.
That is not
That isn't
good.
good.
Just
I
Picker
like
Man?
the original much better.
Yeah, I was gonna say like irony is all about Anchorman. But anyway,
he'll take one finger and plink his arm and say, "I'm made of iron."
Kind of says, well, then it looks like you are, in fact, the right man for this job. And he pulls out a business card and he hands it to you. And it says Cage Crew on it. And it has an address. And he says, I want you to meet me here. Meet us here. We're going to be there 3 days from now at noon. We're going to have lunch. Hoagies. Do you want me to pick you anything up?
what the fuck?
If you can get a steak from Artie's.
He goes, steak from Artie's. Well, listen, we don't need someone crazy here, but one step of crazy we could use. I'll get you a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I'll see you at noon in 3 days.
Scottish
Cage
one.
Crew out. And he fucking leaves. What is Payne Dexter's expression as he sees this?
Befuddled?
I heard.
Yeah.
Mine is hilarious.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I told you I had some shit for you, Computer King.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I think that the next thing that we'll do is a scene. The club is bumping. It is nighttime, right? Uh, good, good kind of a good kind of crowd going on, that sort of thing. There is just in general a lot of folks there today. You have a good. It's a good night tonight, and Decibel is laying down one hell of a set, some kind of crazy ass fucking breakcore ass shit, and I have one question, and that is Omen. You enter this club. Now, are you entering this club because you're dodging your promoter? Are you doing it because you've got some time off? They keep you on a pretty rigorous schedule. So how's this one work for you?
Let's say this today. It's just time to kill.
Okay. Yeah, and you walk up to the front. The Dutchmen see you, and they immediately open the door, as one would expect for one of your stature.
Yeah. Oh
Is
yeah.
it like
I will.
are you like short or something?
Oh no.
Well,
Probably an even
they're
6 foot.
making
Give us.
they're
Oh,
making fun of
sorry.
your stature, so I was just
Give us a physical description of Omen.
Omen has long black hair. His looks deceptively thin, but he's also wearing a lot of dark clothing. Very vampire like. He's got this like big black trench coat and a bunch just all black clothing. He's got piercings on his nose and one of his eyebrows, and they glow. I don't know if
Hell
that's
yeah.
a thing, but I'm making it a thing. They're
No, that
glowing
works.
piercings.
That
It's
sounds perfect.
he's got tech lines or whatever there are, light lines, light tattoos.
Ley
Uh,
lines.
one one going from his hairline straight down into two cross sections, and then one going down each lip and then down on his chin and down his neck. Uh,
So cool.
right. Uh, his eyes. They're right now. They're just this dark blood red because he's got to fit the aesthetic of the vampire.
Mhm.
And he's got chains and whatnot just draping, through his outfit. And yeah, he stands probably just a nice 6 foot tall, not like super tall like some of my other characters I always tend to make. I don't know why. And unlike a vampire, I added some color to the picture I used because dear God, he was pale. I was like, nah, he's still alive. He's got color. So
Yeah.
yeah, he walks in. Any exposed parts of his hands, so his fingers, while flesh, they go up to here. There's like along his top of his wrist, I guess. There's like a metal covering, which is also lit up. And saw at certain points, it seems like it's bolted in. And each of his fingers at the second knuckle, I think so, right, or the second knuckle, they're replaced with long silver pointed rippers essentially, but they're silver and gold and they're decorative as fuck.
Naturally.
Yes, of course. And so of course he's just kind of, I don't know how he would probably respond to the Dutchman opening the door. uh I guess he would just be like, my appreciation, gentlemen.
Oh yeah, and you walk into this club,
Gideon.
and this club has something that
Oh no.
you haven't felt in the clubs on your tour in a long time. You're feeling energy, frenetic energy. This
Hmm.
isn't like a drug fueled whatever. This isn't necessarily like the kind of energy that you get from people who are like, yo, I'm seeing a headliner. No, you see one DJ on a stage fucking killing it. And this crowd just going ape shit. They fucking love it, man. They're not here because he's famous. They're here because the shit's good. And real recognizes real. The shit is good.
Hell yeah.
And people are noticing you as you walk in, probably someone bumps into you and they spill their drink on their chest, and they look up and they're like, excuse me. Oh, oh
Oh,
my God.
I the instant they do that, I turn, eyes locking with them. One of my fingers comes up under their chin, brings it up slightly towards me, and I'm like, You're forgiven.
And she like pauses and looks around, goes, "Oh my god, was that Omen? Oh my god, was that? Oh my god, I gotta call," and like immediately starts calling her friends. You know what I mean? You are already drawing a small crowd of people who are noticing you because you got a pretty distinctive silhouette with between your style and the fact that you're a little bit taller than most people. You know,
Yeah.
6 foot still like
Pretty
above
tall. Yeah.
average. You know, and two, you're fucking Omen. You're an international superstar. You
Yeah,
know,
this hair goes down to like waistline level of hair too. It's, well, I know a lot like in Cyberpunk universe. It seems like a lot of people usually go with like shorter hairs
uh-huh.
or just like you weird
Spiky up
hairstyle,
hair.
spiky. Yeah, no, this is just loose. It is tech hair, so it can like send little shimmers down whenever I want of just colors, kind of
Yeah,
if I need to. Um, but right now it's just straight matte black or I guess shiny black. Yeah, it's shiny.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
and you've got this kind of crowd forming around you. What is your kind of reaction to this? As like people like, oh my god, can you sign my blank? Can you like, oh my god, can I take a picture with you? Like blah 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 blah, you know.
Oh, I'm just like Omen closes his eyes and he's just absorbing this energy. Not, actually, but
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
it's fresh, it's natural, it's real, and he is
Yeah.
absorbing them. And someone like, "Can you sign this?" He'll like take his finger and just kind of like slice into his palm and then sign with his blood on something for
Oh
some.
my god, that's so vamp. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
You go, Vampire Hunter O.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like
Connor's
maybe
gonna look
someone's.
at this winner and go, "Who's this punk?"
Oh yeah. Maybe someone's like
Oh, Connor,
more vamp.
even as begrudgingly old as you are, you recognize Omen. He's in a commercial, you know.
Probably.
Fancy.
It still doesn't mean he's like punk.
Oh yeah.
God. Are you at the bar right now, Connor?
Probably.
I am at the fucking bar with you. I feel like we be there and like, okay.
This is
Like,
fucking weird.
Uh,
Who the fuck is this
what's
punk?
this?
Yeah.
okay. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
Cash,
gonna
you're a little bit more in tune with the internet, with
yeah,
the info dev.
yeah,
Omen is an international superstar, vamp core, goth core, that sort of thing.
yeah.
He's on the mainstream side. Do with that what you will. That doesn't mean his art's bad. It just means that he has been promoted to hell and back by A&Rs.
Right. I'm gonna text Trixie. No, maybe Trixie would be there with me.
Yeah, Trixie's probably having a drink with you.
Right. So I'll fucking tap her and be like, yo, check it.
Yeah, and she's gonna look over and go like, "Is that fucking Omen?
I think it's fucking Omen.
What the fuck is good for business, I guess." And like takes another drink.
Right, right. Like we'll fucking cheers our fucking shot glasses. Fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I fucking love her. Cool.
Yeah, so Omen, you're hearing this energy, and like probably at some point, the dance floor is kind of starting to clear out almost a little bit. As like you're getting like crowded by people. Because again, you're a mega celebrity. Everyone around the world knows who Omen is.
Ah,
I love
damn.
this. Oh yeah, no, he is absorbing this because he rocker boy. He idolizes being idolized. Like
Oh, yeah.
he loves it. Of course, he doesn't show it like as much as I am.
Fucking mad at myself for what I'm about to do. Gonna look over at Pierre. And I'm gonna be like, send that man a drink.
Yeah. Pierre's gonna go, of course. Is the house special?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and he pours a drink real quick and says, I shall take it myself. And he does the whole drape the thing over his arm and like
Damn.
set the glass on the top of top of his hand as he like has his hand facing downwards and it's on the back of his hand,
Yeah. Will he let Omen know it's from us? I say
Oh,
us
he will.
because collectively we're all sitting here together. So fuck it,
Yeah.
yeah, got lumped in with me.
Connor.
Probably Pierre walks up to you, Omen. Excuse me, pardon me. I am the bartender. Excuse me, pardon me. Get out of here. You owe me $15 for the tab. Go and clear that out
Oh,
if you're going
I'm
to act like
just
a jackass.
actually no. I can make a roll for this.
Uh-huh.
I see him making his way, and I just with like almost this charismatic leadership, just be like,
Uh-huh.
make way for him.
Oh, they part like the fucking Red Sea. And Pierre walks up and kind of offers you the drink. It's a Bloody Mary. And he says, this is from a few important notaries of the bar. Not the owners, but very good friends of the owners.
Oh, and if any of you are looking, we lock eyes. Probably
Oh,
guess
yeah.
I'm fucking
Just-
looking, but I'm mostly just like drinking. Like
I take a
Oh,
drink.
we lock eyes, eh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
zoom in and see if those are real eyes or they're cyber eyes.
Oh, they're cyber eyes. They've.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't know.
can
Can you
zoom in
tell
enough
what?
to see the serial number?
Can you tell what's in them?
Probably not, but I
You
could
could. You
they're
could tell by the
flipping.
red glow. There's shift tags at least.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
shift tags inside of them. Okay. Yeah.
But
no,
it's
and
like, yeah, those
wait,
are-
what is it that allows you to zoom in?
telezoom.
Is it teleoptics?
It's yeah.
yeah.
You see the same thing. I don't know if it's visible, but I do the same thing to you.
Oh, yeah.
You both see apertures closing in your eyes
Yeah.
as they fucking
Their
zoom.
eyes meet across a crowded room. It's
Yeah.
love.
Oh, they're
There's-
gonna fuck.
There's appreciation. And I take the drink, and you know those ladies with long fingernails. It's pretty much I have to do that. I have to like take the drink like that, and
yeah.
just down the whole thing in
Fucking
one go.
claw that shit.
And it's the best Bloody Mary you think you've ever had,
Ooh.
actually.
Hell yeah, it is.
A most magnificent drink. You are a perfection at your job.
And he kind of does a deep bow and says, "It is my job, and I take it very seriously.
Hey guys,
Welcome to Tartarus."
I'm gonna fuck Pierre.
You
Wow.
lay one finger on my
no.
bartender.
Oh wow.
I greatly appreciate.
I will
your
send Scab to kick your
hospitality.
ass.
That
Oh
would
no,
work.
Scott, no.
But yeah, you were saying
Yeah, I greatly appreciate your hospitality.
kind of nods and says, for celebrities, you drink free. Is very good for business. You notice as like the bar is rapidly filling with even more fucking people.
I look around, I look at them, and I look up to the stage. I'm like, let's increase business even more. And I will make my way to the stage.
Yeah, you make your way to the stage and you see Decibel. Decibel, just to re-describe it for the audience, and no one's ever seen Decibel perform or had it described rather. Decibel is a skinny dude, rail thin, tall, ghastly looking dude, pale skin, dark circles under his eyes. He rocks that slacker goth look. And the other thing about Decibel is when he is on stage, he is a fucking god. Like, he is like sweating. He's like slamming around the stage. He is like getting the crowd going. You know what I mean? And he's like at the front of the stage as like some shit's going, probably like North Memphis is playing like right now. And yeah, like probably he looks down and he kind of like cocks an eyebrow at you. Like he definitely recognizes you.
Yeah. I don't know if he'd be able to hear me.
Oh, he would. He's got the right ear implants.
Okay, yeah, I'm just like, would you mind if we put on a show for the patrons of this bar?
Are you commandeering my bar?
No?
And he looks down and he goes, 50-50, we split door. I don't own you, you don't own me.
Oh, easily.
Oh yeah. Give me
I
a
will-
perform check.
Well, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask him to play a certain song. He would
Okay.
obviously know it. I don't. And it's gonna start off. Oh, I'm on. I was like, "Where's my fucking perform?" Um. Oh shit! Hold on. I am supposed to have something that bonuses it.
Just going. When this is going down, I'm gonna fucking tap. Are you recording?
Yeah, Trixie is like, bitch, you think I'm ever not recording?
Is there a
I
way to
know.
edit? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Holy shit. Do you want to catch different angles of this and we'll cut it?
I'll break left, you break right.
Okay, I love you. Bye.
Love you,
We're gonna
bye.
skip
And like, you guys both break.
Is there a way
that
to
bitch.
increase it? I guess we'll just say it's increased by 2. I don't want to actually bump it up because I get a +2. Oh my god!
Well, let's see if Decibel can save that
Yeah, that's a
with
15. 15's
keys.
not bad, but it's
That's a bad omen.
Yeah, hold on.
first, the second roll's a nat 1, of course.
He would have a plus 25.
Jesus. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. He
Decibel's
covers up.
really good at what he does. So like you do a good performance, but Decibel is like pulling you through it as well. And like you're getting by on star power for sure. You've seen this
Yeah.
shit before.
And what I'm gonna do, by the way, because I like this, right? This is where I get to show off a little bit. Is like the song starts off, and it's almost like the slow. I don't know if you've heard Him, the band Him. It's an old band.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like that. It's kind of like slow, and then that like about 30 seconds, a minute in is when it kicks off to actual just like vamp core shit, and that's when
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just the trench coat just comes off and bare from the waist up, but there's just metal plating lining all around his chest, and it
Uh-huh.
starts lighting up from the bottom up, and it's an upside down cross because of course,
Oh yeah.
along with
Of
other
course.
symbols and shit like a pentagram around it. It's all just
Yes.
lit up. It's just like,
Hey,
rah!
are you crazy because you got too many tattoos?
Oh no, this is
Oh, too many tattoos. I go insane.
lighting that's actually going
His
along
tattoos begin
my
to glow.
which
His
Connor, you'd
tattoos make
instantly
me
know
glow
what this
inside.
is. It's a linear frame omega. It's lighting along the linear frame itself that's lighting up.
Thanks. Yeah, and for his part, Decibel is like
He's
hitting your
covering so much of
song,
this.
but he's like also remixing just like a fuck ton of this as well.
And
Like
with a
really making
34,
it his and yours.
I'm
Uh
slinging.
he's one of those dudes who like I don't know, so like for the musicians in the audience, there's this kind of thing where like every musician gets in a flow state if they're like good or like or like they're just vibing, right? But when two musicians get in a flow state at the same time,
That's when the
it's like
magic
finishing each
happens.
other's exactly. It's like finishing each other's sentences. And like
Mm-hmm.
right now, you and Decibel are finishing each other's sentences. You know what I mean?
God, I
Like
miss
he's
that
got the
feeling
right
so much.
openings. Right? I miss it
Ugh.
too. But no, yeah. You guys are putting on one hell of a show altogether. Even with a one, you're fucking great at this shit. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, you guys got this crowd going. Lucky, you notice two things. One, the music that's playing is not the kind of shit that Decibel would usually play because there's mainstream shit going on that he's sampling or must be sampling, I guess. And two, your bar is full as fuck. You look down and it is the most full your bar has ever been.
Not exactly. Didn't think Decibel would sell out like this for a packed club, but gets up. I imagine Scab's in the office. She goes, I'll be back.
He kind of goes, all right, as he like pulls out an air hypo of sludge and hits himself with it.
Hey, at least I'm not throwing grenades full of Molly out into the crowd.
Of not throwing grenades of e-tilt.
Yeah. That's at the larger concerts.
Or
Well,
not
don't
throwing
worry, we've
grenades
got
and
fizz
yelling,
to
I'm
distribute to the
helping.
public.
What? Yeah.
But yeah, no, makes her way down the stairs. Probably hits the bottom step as the song is finishing.
And you see international pop star or international vampcore star Omen standing on your fucking stage.
Vamp core's a thing.
Uh-huh. Vampcore's a thing in real life.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
I prefer chap hop.
Oh, and like, if it's like finishing up, then that's when I'm just stepping off, and I'm like
Oh
grabbing
yeah,
two
crowd
people
is.
from the crowd. It doesn't even matter. Just two people under both my arms.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One under each arm. Yeah, you step off, and Lucky, you see Omen stepping off of your stage.
I love
See,
this.
basically, this would be like, hey, you go down to your bar and you watch as like fucking I don't know, Adele gets done with a set. It's like,
Like, how do you handle it?
Yeah.
how does what? Adele just came to mind, but I'm sure there's like a closer, like equally famous.
It's like going to a high school play and Nicolas Cage is there and playing a part.
Yeah. Yeah. He would do it. He plays everything.
Fuck, it's
Yeah,
so
eating a
good.
Philly cheesesteak.
I'll get
But-
you a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh my god.
But so looking. So Lucky right now, she's in. Lately, Lucky has, especially the past couple of months, Lucky has very much been into the darker colors, and for her work
I fit
outfit,
right in.
oh yeah, it's a pantsuit, pinstriped, very Scarlatti-esque. She's got her floppy hat on, and not her sunglasses right now, but she does have her shift tacks. No, wait, nope, never mind. Those don't change during. Those don't
Oh,
change.
I need to double check. Weapons are checked at the door, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I was like, because otherwise I probably shouldn't drop my trench coat. But yeah, I had a gun and a sword that would be checked at the door. Perfectly all right.
Oh
I
no
would
no
follow
no!
that rule in a
The
heartbeat.
shift tacks change colors. They are blacked out. And yeah, no, she's standing there at the edge of the stage, sees you get down. She's just, you assume, yeah, she's, you assume, looking at you.
Is it public knowledge who the lady in black is by now?
I'm gonna leave that discretion up to the DM.
Or at
What
least
was the
like,
question
I think
again?
I think it's like a pretty open
would
secret.
would you be would you be recognizable as the lady in black? I guess would be the question.
I think to like professionals of the edge running industry, yes. You might. It make me a streetwise roll.
Streetwise, yeah, I was literally about to say streetwise.
That seems like a good idea.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you recognize her as the woman in black.
Oh yeah, no. One probably like the person on my under my right arm is just kind of like shoved aside, and I dropped dramatic. I dropped to one knee in front of you, and I'm just like, it is an honor to meet the lady in black herself. You are but an inspiration.
Cash is fucking still recording, by the way.
Yeah.
Like in the background, like
Yeah. Oh, you're muted, Gunner.
Trying to decide how politely to burst your bubble. I'm not saying she doesn't know who Omen is. I'm saying she's going to pretend she doesn't know who Omen is. She goes, The woman in black is an inspiration to many people for many reasons. And what reason is yours?
He'll stand up, just hair just draping all over. He'll just be like, you are the one who takes matter into her own hands, regardless what others think or try to order you to do. You make your own decisions and you follow through with them.
Finally, the first stranger that has wandered into my bar in years. We haven't owned it that long, but she's going to say that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
In years, that has the insight to understand how it works here. She holds out a hand. My business partners call me Lucky.
He's gonna do that. Grab the hand and bring it up, or actually not bring
Yep.
it up, but like lower down to kiss it. It's just like, it is a pleasure to meet you, Lucky. Formally, I am Omen.
Omen, I'm just telling you right now, you can stick around and Scene can just never come back. Thanks, bye.
And as you're having this moment, we're gonna cut to the outside of the club. Dove, Cachette. It is a crowded night here. Dove, you've come to bring your friend to see the mythical woman in black. You only know her by reputation. You've never met her. But you know that this is her club. The bouncers are in front of the door. And what do both Cachette and Dove look like?
So these two people have been leaving them alone on the streets because Dove is dressed in a black skin suit that's like, when you get real close, has like hexagon pattern to it, the
Classic
honeycomb look. There's running lights on it that every now and then pulse down this like orange red light. Body armor, very sleek, that like plasteel, I guess you would almost call it. It almost looks like plastic, but it's clearly a metal.
Which plasteel is a material in this, along with glass steel.
A helmet that's like one whole visor. All of it is completely black, slim. He has a mono blade katana or odachi on his back, and what looks like to be a what do they call it? A boomer, is that what they're called? A boomer buster? The like big handgun. And the revolver on the other hip. And on the guy walking next to him is in a fucking suit of armor that looks like a T60 stripped down. Just boom, boom. Yeah, they're approaching the door from Fallout. Not T. Isn't it T60?
T61.
T61.
Gotcha.
T59, T61. Yeah. And as you approach the door, immediately the two Dutchmen, they're trying to control the flow of civilians, and immediately they kind of like stop. They like radio something to the inside, and then like one of them steps up and goes, "Hold on."
And as they say that, like Dove reaches over and hits something on the side of the helmet to where the visor pops open. There's a very loud like hiss as the sealed environment is opened up. And we see like the hologram that's like against the cheek from like a comm relay that's going on, but is muted. And just kind of up nods at this person. He's still dark skin, still has the short curly black hair. Doesn't have any glasses on, just has regular contacts in. Kind of,
or maybe he just got corrective eyes.
True.
Yeah, he kind of up nods and goes, "You know you can't come in here with all that gear."
Here to make an offering to your boss. And like reaches over and like wraps a knuckle against the suit of armor as it just
He kind of looks and goes, "Yeah, let me call her." Lucky, you are hanging out with Omen here, and you get a call from one of the Dutchmen.
Speak.
They don't call you unless shit's bad.
Yeah, she says, situation.
Of course. And I just grab another random person nearby and we'll probably just start making out while you take care of it.
That sounds a lot like fucking Omen.
Are you filming this, Cash?
Yeah, she is.
I am. Why not?
I love
I'm
that.
just like, and I'm just, but I'm not like. Cash isn't starstruck. She's just like, this is gonna be great footage. Like,
But
we can sell this shit.
We're gonna sell the fuck out of it. And I think Trix is. I mentioned it. Trix will meet up with me, and we'll compare footage later and start.
You'll both be just side by side filming this, and Trixie will be like, "Get a close up on the lips. I'm gonna try and get a close up on his ass."
My bitch, she's the best. I fucking love her. Yes.
They're
So-
trying to make softcore porn.
Meanwhile, they've got Lucky steps away and just
Mhm.
sit rep.
Boss, we have two men here, heavily armored, saying they wish to pay tribute. One of them is in an APCA.
Who are they from? Rats.
Kind of looks and goes, "Who are you from?"
So this was run solo.
Says they're solo.
Solos don't have that armor. Who do they work for?
Kind of looks and goes, says solos don't work for anyone, or solos don't have that armor. Who do you work for?
Solos don't have that armor, usually. And he like thumbs himself and is like, was running ops in Gibraltar for the Spanish. Thumbs over towards Keshet and goes, XIDF.
Puts his hand up to his head, pauses for a second, and goes, "Spooks, boss. Corpo."
Send them to my office. She
Kind of
says.
nods
And,
and
turns
ahead.
to it hangs up, turns to Omen, and says, "Spend all of the time you would like here. I shall be in my office upstairs. If you feel like if you would like to talk, I shall be there."
With pleasure.
continues making out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so Cachette, Dove, you guys are escorted, and I mean escorted. There are 4 Dutchmen, one for each corner of you two, escorting you guys up. Is Cachette really responding to any of this, or?
He seems to be dealing with the fact that this suit is very stripped down.
Yeah,
Like every now and then there's like a horrible grinding sound as like the leg actuators weren't properly put back together when this thing was refitted. There's
Right.
no casing on the power pack on the back, so it is just radiating heat.
oh yeah, and like a wide berth is being given to you guys. Like the Dutchmen are basically perimetering you guys. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you guys get on the elevator. Cachette, you have
The
to get on
elevator
a
fucking-
separate
Yeah,
elevator.
he has to get on a fucking like utility elevator.
Yeah, and you guys get brought up over to Lucky's office. Lucky, you hear the Dutchman classic, just like 2 knocks, you know.
Enter, she says.
The door opens, and you two are ushered in. And Lucky, Dove, both of you are seeing a fucking ghost.
Jeff just
I'm
immediately
gonna
goes,
need Lucky.
holy shit.
I'm gonna need Dove to roll me a human perception, if that's the thing it's called.
Yes, I will
Dove
do
doesn't
that.
have a character sheet.
I will do that with the character sheet that he has.
That's fine.
Do I just coin flip it?
If you want to roll me a d2, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, her emotions go from shocked to like ecstatic to confused, guarded to pretty fucking pissed. She looks at the Dutchman and says, "Leave us."
Oh yeah, he does not have any plans the second he hears the words "leave us" to stick anywhere within a mile radius of this place. He definitely nods at you guys and says, "We'll post 2 at the door." And yeah, they close the door behind them.
It is a long moment, I think.
Joe just said that holy shit and is just standing there. Cachette has to like probably turn sideways to get in through the door threshold. You can
Yeah.
hear the thrum of this thing's motor. There's like a mirage coming off the back from its heat sinks. And then you hear like a motor dying, and then it just and you hear like
Cachette. So, Cachette, by the time you get, are you getting out of your armor?
he's like trying, and then you hear like a muffled voice just yelling, "Baby, you put this back together like a fucking jackass!"
Yeah, and it is muffled. There's no like auxiliary like vocal
Oh,
modulators,
yeah,
so it's all behind steel.
everything looks stripped off. This is just the frame, the armor, and the power pack.
God. do you get out of your armor?
Yeah, like Dove eventually kind of like snaps out of it and like goes over and like even with like his cyber arms has to like fight with a like an emergency hatch before the back of the suit just kind of like folds out, and like Kashit just falls out, and he was just wearing regular clothes under there. He's got like a yellow and white and black like racing jacket on, black running pants, yellow tennis shoes, a beanie on. His hair is bleached blonde with different colored tips. He's got a few eyebrow piercings, and he's just sweating.
Yeah.
Hmm.
As you get out of this, Lucky seems to come to as well and goes around the desk, stands in front of Dove, and then slaps him.
Oh, he takes it. He takes it and just goes.
Followed right up with a hug.
He's like, I've had shit. Since when have you been like the lady in black?
Does Dove not even return it?
He eventually does, but you never knew Dove to be like
Oh, that's too fucking
physical.
bad. That's too fucking bad. After it takes a second, but Lucky does come to her senses and stands back and goes, "You never messaged."
Yeah, I didn't really have the opportunity. Got pulled out the day after I thought we were just one day. Get a call up from someone I thought I knew. Get pulled out on a job to Gibraltar. Couldn't really keep my phone with me. OPSEC. We're not Russians. We make sure we don't have our cell phones on.
She goes, "This sounds like a story to tell." Goes back behind the desk. 3 glasses. Pours whiskey in each. Sit.
And like Kachette like has thrown off his racing jacket, and he's just wearing a sleeveless shirt under that, so you can see his sidearms. When I say they are bony, they look like human skeleton arms, but made of iron. And from fingertip all the way to like the shoulder connection, they are just etched all over in Hebrew characters.
I'll make a
As
mental
like
note of that.
he's knelt down next to the suit, like one of the fingers like flips backward into like a mini soldering torch, and he's like covering his eyes as he's trying to work on it, and he's just like, I swear to God, this guy's never worked with military hardware before.
Yep, meanwhile, Lucky's ignoring you. Because, as far as she's concerned, the suit is the offering, you're just the person to deliver it. Hold on, I need to pull up my... Yeah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so she's looking at you, Dove, and goes, "So, you got dragged into a How long has it been since Dove left? 2 months? 3 months?
2 months. It's been 4 months.
Okay, 4 months. So she says, and you get dragged into a 1-day mission that lasts a third of a year?
Shrugs and is like, I didn't know how long I was going to be there. And just like, he's of course going to take the drink. It's free booze. Yeah, that's the
Lots.
short of it. Get called up. Think this is going to be one job. Turns out I'm running a shadow war.
Running it.
Not running. Well, he like jerks his thumb over towards Keshet. He's like, me, him, and a couple few others. We were denied ops in Gibraltar.
And so you're back.
For now.
She raises an eyebrow. For now.
He nods, takes a deep breath. He's like, I'm getting out of this scene. I've seen too many friends die.
I'm surprised you feel like you're able to walk away from this.
Just shrugs. Lucky. You and I knew each other for what, couple weeks? I was a run-down whore who decided that he was getting sick of seeing prostitutes dying on the street, so he thought he was going to make a difference in the world. It's not how this works.
So you decide to walk out on the beginnings of this, she says, motioning.
How the fuck was I supposed to know this is what this was going to be? I didn't know you were the lady in black. As far as I knew, you were still running small jobs. If you were even still here.
You didn't even bother to look us up.
What? Should I have done that with all of my spare time while I was out there fighting the Moroccans for a bunch of people with more money than you or I could ever think of?
Figured when you got back into town you'd at least take a look.
I've been here for 1 day.
My point
This was job number one.
exactly. What? Dropping off a suit of power armor as a gift to the lady in black?
Well, excuse me, ma'am. This is not any suit of armor. This is custom made. And, I'll leave you to. And it's like,
Yeah, no, ignoring you still.
it's like,
Eh.
it's not just the suit, it's the one that comes with it. Do you know how the IDF modernized their Uzis? What was it, 5 years? How long ago was it when the IDF modernized all their firearms?
How long ago was that in real life?
Oh, well, probably what, 20 years?
Like what year did it happen roughly? Because if they followed the plan all the way through to 2030, like I'm seeing, they finished doing it 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's probably when he'd be like maybe 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
In fact, no, but let's make it even, say 10.
Yeah.
Then again, jerks his thumb back at Keshet and was like, he was just starting his mandatory service, gets pulled aside to do some gunsmithing jobs, and it turns out he modernizes the entire Uzi system.
And the lady in black wants that because...
Because the lady in black needs guns if you're going to fight a war.
So why drop your patsy off too late for a war?
There's
She
always going to be
says.
another war. You're just not going to stop and fight the Red Eye Gang. You're going to find someone else to fight.
Well, they're dead. That happened a month ago.
2 months. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Kind of nods and he's like, yeah, it was good work.
They
Lucan
took
fucking deserved
Deltrick.
it. Yeah, he stops like mid-word and is like, tongue against the inside of his cheek, biting down on it a little. He's like, see what I
Sam
mean?
Killed him.
Exactly what I'm talking about. I can't do this. Who else is left? You? Me? Anyone else? Devlin?
Devlin retired.
Devlin got out when it was good. The doc?
Dead.
I
Do you
mean,
see what I
technically.
mean?
Richter's dead too.
Yeah. And I knew that Herr Wolfgang was.
In this bar.
You see why I can't do this anymore?
Not all of us have that luxury. I see
Yeah.
no reason. I still don't understand why you're letting him continue. Is this exactly his choice? I already have an armorer, a better one.
Oh, Kesha almost looks like offended at that and like just yells out something in Hebrew and is like, I will prove you wrong someday. Maybe.
Yeah, you end up with a cane tossed into your hands.
Oh, he catches it and like is like holding it funny because half of his fingers are tools, the other half are fingers, and they quickly flip back into fingers.
Yeah, Cachette. Um, this is at first it's a cane, but then you notice the button. You press the button and you realize this is a fucking Barrett that's fit into a cane that is quite like this is a feat of engineering.
He like immediately takes off. He had a weapon strap over his shoulder, takes it off, and it's a Pancord jackhammer. One of the like 3 that were made. Uh, decked out, new furniture, new barrel, and a choke on it, a
It's
skull.
probably not one of the 3 that were made. In this universe, we can just say that the jackhammer is a specialty weapon.
Yeah,
Because
this
if it's
thing
one of
was
the
still
3 that
ahead
was
of
made,
its
I don't want to make you like, you know,
time.
disassemble your gun every fucking time you want to reload.
Yeah, but like you can tell this thing is like custom made, retooled, rebored, everything that you can do to make a gun better. And like looks at this thing over with like, oh, that's craft.
And yeah, I said scene killed him.
Yeah.
But she looks at it and says, artistry has no place in a weapon of war. And turns back to Dove and goes, so, were you even going to say goodbye?
Didn't know that you were still here. I didn't know that you were the lady in black.
If I wasn't the lady in black, would you go looking for me next? Us next?
First job we ever did together. You remember it?
Which one?
One where we were supposed to find some girl. We found her. She wasn't a girl anymore. Wasn't even really a person. And then the one person that cared for her enough to have us look for her. Some penniless no-name. Gets offed by White Wolf.
You're on a tangent. I asked you a question.
I'm saying... And he stops himself. Fucking hate the Napple. Sooner I'm out of here, the sooner I'm away from all of this, the better.
You can just say no.
Doesn't make it easier to say.
Get out of
And-
here. Go ahead.
And like from his recumbent position, because Scav never left the office. He's just been sitting there zonked out on fucking
Yep.
sludge. He probably like cocks his head up and looks at Cachette and goes, like the new guy.
Someone has taste. He says, like, holding out this skeletal hand towards him.
And then he kind of says, Marcine, I don't care. Or, nah, he'll still call you Marcine. Be like, Marcine, I don't care about the beef. New guy could be good. One gunsmith, two gunsmiths.
Not
And then he
just
kind of,
gunsmith, Miltech.
Also,
He-
one gunsmith directly under your employee that you don't have to technically pay a shitload of money to a guy.
Yeah.
See, the problem is right now she's not thinking logically; she's thinking emotionally.
Yeah.
And basically, what
and
this
the heroin addict is trying to get you to think logically.
No, fuck the heroin addict right now.
This needs to be a line.
Fuck you,
The
chicken
heroin
strips.
addict's trying to make you think logically.
But yeah, he kind of thumps his head back on the couch.
I said, get out. And take your boy toy with you.
He reaches down and pulls out the revolver, flips it over. That thing of his. You two are close.
What about it?
Take it. Use it. Bury it. I don't care.
Yeah, that gun has a lot more... Fuck you, Mira. Fuck you. That revolver's a lot more things than it used to be. Hold on.
Am I in trouble?
I mean, if I shot Dove here and now, what really would Cachette do?
Well, honestly, you'd probably try to shoot him and he would just close the visor and turn fucking invisible. And then leave.
I get to shot off first, though.
True.
But, that being said, alright, she looks at the revolver on the table, picks it up, inspects it. The Valentino. Storied gun here in New Amsterdam.
Yeah. Don't know why he gave it to me.
Never gonna bother to find out?
He's dead. I might be in the room with one of the barons, but I don't think I can speak to the dead.
She looks over the revolver at you and goes, a baron?
Yeah. Living lower.
Alright, Mira, what do I need to roll to understand what he's talking about? I do, but Lucky doesn't.
Intelligence?
Is it culture a thing?
Culture?
It would be a specific culture, but I guess, yeah, flat intelligence would be...
Could also work. Or education?
Oh, yeah, education if you have it. Wait, you
Yeah,
have
if
internal...
you have
Can
it,
you access your internal agent to search for stuff?
That's a good question.
Depending on the speed, you could
Oh,
just
let me Google that real quick.
search like Baron and whatever,
Loa?
Noah, yeah, and see what pulls up.
That's a Mira question.
Yeah, you could.
Nah. She's just gonna make an intelligence.
You know, like the Baron connection he's trying to make, because you knew he was like Haitian. But other than that, you're not sure what he's saying exactly.
Loa.
Yeah,
Spell it out. A death god.
not a death god, but one that's dealing in death. You don't kill people, you just live it.
Got Daniel in the background going. She stands and I suppose it's a good thing you're leaving. You've never understood anyway. Have a feeling you've never really cared. But if even a small portion of you cares in the slightest sense, maybe you should go, well, pay your respects to him, she says, holding the revolver up. There's a room for it. You'll find it. Or, if you're feeling very adventurous, maybe you could go pay your respects to Hank. He's still around. You'll find him downstairs.
I saw Otto fire, and I thought you were like, "Pay your respects to Hank."
Bang,
Bam!
bang, bang, bang.
No, I said I was testing it.
It's like shit.
But, he's like, yeah. Whatever you do, though, don't have a freak out and get rid of that thing. It's one way to honor the man my way.
Leave.
Visor down, up nod, leaves.
Yeah, no, she doesn't say anything as you leave.
Scav is actually going to come. Scav is going to kind of get up out of the couch. He's going to like look at you all disaffected looking and be like, I ain't good drink.
You know mixing those are bad for you.
He goes, I ain't died yet. And he kind of gives you this cheesy grin and goes, I love you. I know what I'm doing.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Leave.
She doesn't even finish what she was going to
Yeah.
say.
Right. And he follows Dove and Cachette out.
No, Cachette's
Oh,
not like Cachette
Cachette's
doesn't know.
staying.
Like he's like,
Yeah.
leaving me with the new boss.
Oh, wait, no. So you had Cachette stay?
Yeah, Cachette's staying because he's like, no, I'm supposed to be here. I'm doing this of my own will. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm someone's property.
Oh, okay, never mind. Then he's not going to do that because the whole point of that was for him to be like, hey, come back tomorrow. When she's less pissed, she'll probably take you on then. No, yeah, he'll
She
just continue
looks
to be
at
laying down.
Cachette and says, thought I made myself clear, but I suppose I need someone to run that hunk of junk, she says, looking at the armor.
The golem is not a hunk of junk. Becca Stephanopoulos took it apart and didn't put it back together. Oh, what should I have made him? An owner's manual?
Do I
'Cause
recognize
he's like,
the name Bepanos Stephanopoulos?
You know, you do. He's with Dimokshpi. He's a guy who gets things into New Amsterdam, things that aren't supposed to be in New Amsterdam.
Is he good at what he does?
High-grade munitions. He's
Yeah.
pretty good at what he does, reasonably so. I'd say no better than any other fixer.
oh, did you know that he took the air conditioner out of this thing? Didn't tell me that. I don't even know which box that's in.
Box.
Metaphorically speaking, boxes with all of the systems that had to be pulled out of this in order to get it by all of White Wolf's, inspections. And he's like going back to trying to work on it.
Probably.
Fine.
Yeah, I was about to say, Scav probably sits up and goes, if there's one thing I can do, I can guess what Lucky's about to say or what she means to say. There's a garage downstairs. Don't get
I was
oil on my
just
carpet.
about to
You
take
start
him.
tomorrow morning.
I was just about to take him downstairs.
Always.
I
do you
was
always have-
right. And then he lays back down.
She takes a piece of ice from her now empty whiskey glass, puts it on Scav's forehead, just
Ah!
casually as she walks by. She says, "Bring that piece of scrap metal with me. Let's head downstairs."
And
Crap.
I think, y'all, it is very late, and that seems like a great spot to leave us off for the night. So, let's start with the folks who are, oh shit! I forgot about Scott! Scott! I'm so sorry! Scott, what have you been doing over the month? You've been working with the group, right?
I'm working in the clinic, in the hospital area, and then
Yeah,
over at the new job, back and forth, running
right.
ragged.
I get you. I get you. Scott and Stream, I will make this promise. Next week, we will have a feature for good old Trinix, because I have a lot of stuff that I need to talk about. It is so late, and I am so sorry I forgot. Um, we will. I promise you, next week we will get some good shit for you. But I think we will sign off for the night. Let's start with Computer King.
Yep, I'm the Computer King, Gentleman Supervillain, and the reason that Payne Dexter didn't say anything after when Omen got in, because he's not around right now. He is doing a 3-day binge watch of Nicolas Cage movies now.
Hell yeah.
God.
Other than that, on Mondays I'm in Fire Strike, which might be ending next Monday, because final episode. Um, he'll probably have a retrospective after, so it may keep going. But there's going to be other stuff too right after that. And tomorrow we're starting a game of L5R, Legend of the Five
Mm-hmm.
Rings, and you'll hear more of it from the GM when he gets his turn. And hopefully it'll be soon. Go, whoever's next.
All right, that's going to be Brian next.
Yes, I'm Brian. I played Connor tonight. So, yeah, he's been a little busy beaver for the last, month, 6 weeks, somewhere in there. But, yeah, he picked up some new cyberware, picked up a new toy, and now he's hearing rumors that there's someone in here that might be able to fix his gun. Yeah, I'll have to go talk to him, see what he can do. But besides that, you can find me on Monday in Fire Strike, where I will be playing Shaba Young and Ryan O'Dragon. This probably is the last episode, the big hurrah. And yeah, I believe the retrospective will be after that. That is the series finale retrospective. So that should be an interesting one. Definitely tune in for that. Saturdays, you can find me running After the Bomb, a game set in the Twilight 2000 4th edition rule set. The party has moved into a new building for the winter, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. This Sunday coming up will be Gloomfall, a D&D game set in 3.5, and we don't know if the party's heading in the right direction to go home. Well, that's the Underdark for you. And Tuesdays within the next 3 weeks at the most, a new game of GURPS Fantasy will be starting. I haven't quite hammered down the name correctly yet, but we probably will have that by Monday. Still looking for at least one player, and I need someone who can actually stream it for me. So we'll have to figure that one out as we get to it. And I actually am going to be in the L5R game as a on and off player, depending on how things go with my scheduling. Um, Not a main character, but definitely one that can help the party out when they need it. So yeah, I'll be seeing everybody for that tomorrow. And that's it for me.
All right, excellent. Next, let's go to Scout.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't used voice much today, but that's okay. It happens. Yeah, I'm Scott. Supposed to be Trinix, but I listened and I worked in the hospital while everybody was having fun upstairs and making loud music. Just studying notes. That's what I do. Okay. Uh, what is it? Thursday. So Saturday, I'm in whatever that is. It's like I'm in Saturdays. I'm in Sundays. The one there, Bloomfall. Oh, Saturdays after the bomb. I remember. Okay. I'm also in Monday's Fire Strike Xander, who's going to get the rest of the code and fix the universe or whatever. And then when Tuesday comes around, I'll be in that thing too, as soon as I figure out how to understand these books.
We'll help you out with that.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
All right. Excellent. So next, let's go to Amy Giedin.
Hello. Hello. I'm Amigeddon, and today I played Cash. Cash got a car, also propositioned her boss for job stuff, not gross stuff. I realize how that sounds. I'm sorry. No. Rewind. Anyway, hello. I'm also going to be in the L5 tomorrow. Very exciting. I have read page 69 of the book, so that means I will read the rest of the book in bed tonight. It's
Nice.
exciting.
And you'll
Yes.
get to page 420.
I will fucking get to page 420, goddamn. 69 is the best page though. Mwah, chef's kiss. And then on Mondays I'm also in Fire Strike. And then on Wednesdays, Gunnar tries to murder us, and it is exceptional. Yes, that's me. Hello, that's me.
All right, excellent. Next, let's do our new player, our old new old player, Rowan.
Hi ho, friendolas. My name is Ron, otherwise known as Nightheart. You got me here today playing Dove and Cachette. Dove is leaving, not on good terms, but on his own terms. And Cachette is going to stick around, and he's going to make many guns because, I mean, what else are you going to do? Not make weapons of war? And someday, we will all have Iron Man suits and tanks, and we will take over the world or something. I don't know. I don't have that kind of money yet. We'll see. Tomorrow, yes, will be the first episode, the session 0 of the Immortal War, a game using the L5R 5th edition system set in a homebrew world. It'll mostly be character creation, going over the 20 questions for most of my players, except one, and some role playing. Looking forward to it. New to this system, we're going to see how it works. And you can also find me here on Mondays, where I am going to be in the last episode of Fire Strike. Come and see that. And on Wednesdays, where I am in Over the Horizon, where we are going to fucking die unless flamethrowers can save the day. And that's me.
All right. And that brings us to Sassy McNasty.
Yeah, what up? Yeah, scene's gonna take a little break because someone's really mad at them, and also they're kind of upset with themselves. Because I make rash decisions, and so I'm bringing a rocker, which I was like, no one's played a rocker. It looks really cool, so I wanted to try it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it way more than I thought I would, y'all. I was like, it'll just be cool to try it out. I'm loving Omen. It's so great. But yeah, you caught me here doing that. You can catch me tomorrow for the L5R game. Super excited. Oh, I'm whatever it's gonna amount to the best healer we're probably gonna have, which isn't really a full healer, but it can heal anyway. So and then yeah, can catch me on Monday for the first half of the finale until I have to go to work. Boo. Working nights, y'all. It's fun, but it's not. And then you can catch me on Wednesdays for over beyond the horizon, over the horizon. Fuck God, I don't know why I cannot get that anymore. Um, whoever I don't know yet. Could be Gideon. It could be a new character if Gideon doesn't survive because he's down right now. So we'll have to see. I have faith in my party. They'll keep me alive. We'll see.
Don't have faith in us.
I mean, I've got a character ready. Anyways, I think that's everything. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff, but free time is a thing people don't need. Yeah, that's me.
All right. And that brings us finally to Gunner, Cyrus Smith.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cyrus Smith, and this was supposed to be a good feeling session. Matter of fact, all of this was supposed to be like good feels. But like
You're edge runners.
it Hey, all right, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
No. You. I just
Mhm.
noticed a thing. Why? All right,
Oh.
you pedantic. I know it's you. I know it's you, you English major.
Wasn't me. Was it Rowan?
I'm talking about the English major.
I didn't do shit. What did I? What?
I don't know who did 7 Be Badass, but I assume it's Amy.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's tenants, not tenants.
That is not me.
That's me, the English Nazi.
Wow.
Where are we seeing this? I'm confused. Oh.
Amy, did you do Be Badass?
No, that was me.
That was
I
you,
did
okay.
that so long ago.
Oh, I noticed that a long time.
I
I didn't realize. Yeah, that is tenants. Here are our 7 tenants who live here.
yeah.
I call dibs on being badass.
I didn't call attention to it because I was being nice. All I did was correct it.
You're being nice. Uh-huh. You didn't even take the time to use the proper font.
Or
Anyway,
put in a colon.
So
Yeah,
that's my outro. I'm just too upset now. That's me.
all right. And that brings it to me. Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Win5 Get One Free. And tonight you caught me running New Amsterdam. You also can catch me on Fridays. Not this Friday, but I will be in the next Friday. Or yeah, the next time we run it for Immortal. What is it called again? I'm so
The
sorry.
Immortal War.
The Immortal War. I thought it was Immortal War. So you can catch me in the Immortal War playing Definitely Not Goku with Big Sword. You can also catch me on Monday for our final potentially episode. And then playing my 2 favorite characters with Octave the Seekers. You can also catch me on Sundays and Saturdays in the games that I'm in there. This Sunday, I'm going to be playing Madam Yinbrath. Very excited. We just want to go home. We just want to go home. Please, God, let us just go home. And yeah, other than that, we've got plenty of fun games. I usually do a long outro if you're currently watching, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to skip that tonight because it is very late and I have a very headache. So let's just get a good old Nozdrovia and get the heck on out of here.
Nostrovia.
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 Computer King, remove your shit.